Hey. What up? It's Thursday. How's everybody doing today? We got a two for today, folks. Nicola Bulley, foul play. Question mark. I wonder. And what is going on in Chicago? Could it be a serial killer? I don't know. Maybe. We're going to find out. At least try and find out. I hope everybody's having a great day today, this Thursday, February 9th, 2023. This year is moving right along, folks, and it is 65 degrees today here. Of course, we don't have no sun, but hey, it is what it is, and I am once again blessed with my co-host, Mama Bear. Thank you so much for being here today. As always, folks, it should be a great show. I am looking forward to it, guys. I think we should get it rolling. What do you think? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on.
Wow.
What's up?
Excuse me?
I said, what is up? How we doing today?
I'm pretty good. Still got a headache, so kind of like
Yeah, I do too. Mine's in the back of my head, though. I don't know if it's my neck or what, but a little bit of that. Yeah, Caden's got that too. I think it's our crazy weather is what I think it is. It's causing all sorts of sinus issues. Like I said, it's 65 degrees out here today.
I know.
It's February. What the hell, you know? So what do you think of that little extra added thing there I threw up there?
That was awesome.
Yes. Our one and only Molly Cat threw that out there for me this morning. So thank you, Miss Molly, once again. We love you.
Good job, Molly.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought it was.
Yeah, definitely.
I sure did. And where is she? Where are you at? Where are you at, Molly? I can't even give you the right justification when you're not here, my dear.
She may be driving.
Coming to get me again?
She may be driving. She may
be coming to get me again?
No, taking her hubby to work.
Okay, I gotcha. No worries.
You're whispering.
I'll make sure she gets her notification. Come on in, everybody. Get comfortable. Well, we got 15 already.
She said, I'll be in after a few.
No worries. Thank you. All right, Molly girl. No worries. Hello, everybody. How are you today? We got an interesting show for you. Hopefully. It's a two for Thursday. That don't make no sense, but it is today. So, obviously, the Nicola Bulley story is still rolling. Nothing has been found yet. And as you see, it says foul play. Well, Mama Bear and I have, from day one, said that I don't think that she's in that river, and neither did she. And a few other people said it too. So, at this point, I think we're trying to look in a different direction with that, I think. You know what I mean? And then on the other hand, there's something going on in Chicago, folks. It's been going on for well over a year now. With their waterways, they keep finding bodies. And it, I don't know, that kind of looks serial to me, if you know what I mean. So we can thank Miss Heather for that. She introduced me to that story here a while back, and I've been looking at it here and there, and I think I've seen a few things on it that kind of drew my attention and made me agree that there could be some serial stuff going on over there. So we're going to look into it. We're going to kick it off today, I guess. And then I got some other stuff coming up. probably not tomorrow because you know what tomorrow is. So, but we got plenty of stuff to work on, guys. And tomorrow night, again, everybody, we're gonna do the another story based on a movie of a true story, true, a true crime that they based the movie on. Sorry, down here, like, hey guys, can you see me? I don't know what's going on with the camera thing either. That's a little better. Anywho, my cable provider is sending a technician again tomorrow. So, hoorah! Right? Let's try this again.
Let's hope he does something different than the last 10.
I think my bill's going to be free this month, though. At this point,
It
because
should be.
it's a daily thing. I call them every other day, and today. You want to hear what they said to me this morning? I tested. I did a speed test this morning. I'm supposed to be running at 400. Okay. Which is still pathetic, but still, I'm supposed to be running at 400. The highest test I could run off this was 176.
Oh.
Yeah. And my download or my upload speed is 12 and it's supposed to be 25. What?
Oh.
What are we talking about here? You know?
Yeah.
So they said, maybe your modem's bad. The last tech that was here, when was that? Last week? 2 weeks ago?
Something like that. Very
Said
recently.
That your modem's great. Okay. If you see, this is what I'm talking about. So anyway, I don't know. What's up, everyone? Let's see who we got here today. Miss Kiki's Eyes is in the chat. Good to see you. Welcome. Red, brother, we missed you. We got to have somebody to argue our points in here, bro. Where you been? Good to have you here.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Vince. That's a new name. Welcome. Good to see you. Can I get on with it, please? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. If I'm holding you up from something, you're more than welcome to not be here if you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Nobody's twisting your arm, guy. Let's see. Miss Heather's in the house. Thank you for joining us today, Heather. As always, good to have you here. Mrs. M, such a pleasure to see you. Thanks for joining us. Pamela, hello from over the pond. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Miss Molly, good golly, she's in here, kind of in here. Said she'll be in here in a few. No worries. Thank you,
Hey,
Miss
T.
Molly. PPR, good to see you. Good to see ya. Crime Time with Mama Bear is on the panel with me today. Our lovely co-host. Thank you for joining us, Mama Bear.
Of course.
And my brother Faux Popper. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today, bro. Dober Mom's in the house, everybody. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. We just got Dober Mom. We don't have the whole Dober clan today, just the Dober Mom. So I'll take what I can get. No worries. T2014, welcome. Good to have you here. Let's see. Yeah, there's no bandwagon here. Anybody new pop in since I went up top? No, 75 megabytes. 12 meg. Yeah, it's horrible, dude. It's bad. Yeah, Optimum has got to be the worst internet provider I've ever seen nor heard of in my entire life. So, can somebody do me a favor and okay, I'll let that last comment go, but if there's any more, can you just remove it, please? I appreciate that.
I already removed one.
We don't do the negativity in here, so it's all good. I have an idea of somebody it probably is, but that's okay. Thank you, Heather. Like I said, one more comment, it's out. It's gone. It's over. But bye now. Come on in, everybody. Get comfortable. Grab your drinks, your snacks, whatever you got. Sit down. Take a load off. Have some fun and kick back with us.
Doberman wants to know what kind of concealer you use to cover the whooping Molly gave you.
You never made it here. That she said traffic was bad. I asked her. I told her I waited up all night. You wasn't here. Where were you? What happened? She wasn't here. She never showed up. She said traffic was bad, and I don't understand it. I was talking to her last night, and then I got the video sent to me again. She was in her car on her way after she drop kicked me, and I said, What's with the violence?" All I said to her last night, and I was just same thing I'd say to you and to Dobermom and Faux Popper and anybody else that does what the things they do. I'm like, listen, I'm so appreciative of everything you guys do for me. I just don't understand, you know, how you all do what you do. It's such a great, and Heather too, and Brandy. Like, how do you all do what you do for me? It's amazing. And she was like, what? And next thing I know, I get a video, and here comes the cat driving down, and you're coming to get the Dago. And all I said was, I appreciate how much you all do for me. That's all I said. Thank you, Heather. Everyone, yes. Yes, if you could, please check out our lovely Mama Bear's channel over there. Crime Time with Mama Bear. Show her some love. Give her the respect she deserves. She does a great job, folks, and she's just getting kicked off here, so we need the peeps over there too. And I will be going over there and joining her as well and getting everything moving along, because we all got to work together, guys. Yep. That's the only way that we'll make a difference in anything, folks. So I don't know. So yeah, like I said, I was destined for to have a can open up on me last night. Molly was done. Like I said, if it wasn't for traffic, I probably wouldn't be sitting here, guys. But she said traffic was bad, so I'm lucky. I'm a lucky Dago. It's all good. Come on in, everybody, please, please, please.
Kiki, you don't need to apologize for missing shows.
Not at all.
We know you got a lot going on.
Ever. In fact, I'll put it this way: I do not accept your apology, because you don't need to apologize.
Do you see where she said her husband had a clogged artery and had surgery?
Oh, I hope he's okay.
She said he's doing so good. Thank the Lord.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that update, Kiki. I hope you're doing okay. You just had your procedure done not that long ago too, so goodness. I hope you guys are both doing well.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into that here relatively soon, Mr. Vince. That's partly what I have issues with, in a sense, with the Nicola Bulley issue. Mm-hmm. That's all. Like I said, I like to try to wait around just for a few to get as many people in here as I can before I get rolling with the stories. That's all. I do have an issue with the interview, though, with Mr. Ansell. I do, as did my wife. And I think I made notice of that the other day when we had talked. Absolutely, Kiki. Absolutely. Thank you. So at this point, guys, I mean, I can start this part of it off. Like I said, we did this the other day. We talked about this. And the supervisor over there, I can't think of her name offhand right now, but she was pretty dead set on making sure that everybody understands that they believe that Nicola fell in the river. Okay. I respect that day. Okay.
Yeah.
And the day after. And they brought in specialists. They had their dive team in there. They had thank you, Pamela, Superintendent Riley. Thank you. They had their dive team in there. They brought in what I would consider the UK's version, as we said, of AWP, a group of sonar divers that came in, and they were busy. They've been busy we're on day number 12, folks, that Nicola's been missing, okay? And they've been busy the entire time. They've been in that water, under that water, above that water. They're flying choppers over top. They've been out to the Irish Sea, looking. They're doing this, they're doing that. Drones above, below, around it, everywhere. Guys, there's nothing in that water. There is nothing in that water. Okay, at this point. And the leader of the diving team, the specialist, I can't remember what they're called. That's why I call them that. But the diving team that they brought in, he's gone back and forth, and I only think he's done that with his theories because he wants to support the police because I think it upsets them when anybody says anything else. Okay, but at this point, guys, what do we have? Nothing. There's not 1 ounce of evidence that woman is in that water. I mean, right or wrong?
No, you're right.
Nothing, guys.
There's
Nothing. Mr. Vince says only the police thought she went into the river. Everyone else knows different. Now, see, this makes me wonder. Okay, why would a law enforcement agency be so dead set on only one option in this scenario and not want to hear it any other way? And Superintendent Riley made it known that she did not want anybody speculating this. They've said that how many times, Mama Bear?
A bunch.
I mean, every time she speaks, do not speculate. She doesn't want us out here doing it. She doesn't want the people that live in the UK doing it. Anybody around the situation doing it. Well, why not? If you're not going to give us some factual information showing that woman is in the river, what are we supposed to do? In the words of Red, I'm going to speculate regardless because we don't have anything else to look at, guys.
Right.
And that's it. Dobermom just said it. And now at this point, sadly, because we know that I'm not, fond of the rabbit holes, folks. But at this point, the conspiracy wheel start to turn hardcore, guys, because I've never seen law enforcement be so dead set on nothing else other than one option when it comes to a missing person, guys. And it makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. I don't get it. So the titling on this foul play, what else are we going to call it, guys?
Right.
Now, foul play does not mean that somebody was unalived and buried or this or that, anything else. Foul play just means there's another entity involved in the situation other than this damn river that they keep saying she's in, because she's not, guys. I mean, I'm not there. I'm probably the furthest person away from this right now. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we have no evidence showing nothing, not an article of clothing. There was no skid marks off of the embankment showing she slid in. There was no, nothing was a mess there in that area. There's nothing around. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, I can't go with that theory, guys. I'm sorry. And I like to support police in any region that we're in that has anything to do with any of the cases we cover. 100%, folks. I do. I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't. Welcome, Jules. Good to have you here, hon. Great to see you, and thanks for joining us today. It's always a pleasure when you're here. Anybody that's in here, guys, if you have not checked out Jules of All Trades, True Crime, please do. Jewel is a diamond in the rough, folks. I got to tell you that much. She is great at what she does. Go over there and check her out. And she does have some really, really cool merchandising that she's put up there recently, guys. Check it out. Grab a coffee mug, one of those awesome bags she has, a t-shirt, whatever she's got over there. Support the channel, folks. Show her some love. She deserves it, guys. She's really good at what she does, and we love her here. All right. What do we got? Thank you, Ms. Heather. Appreciate that so much. Mr. Red, the only way to reasonably think that is if one thought she put herself in there, because falling in seems like it would be the last thing to suspect from a sober individual. That's fact. And I'm pretty sure she wasn't under the influence of anything. We don't know, but I mean, that's never been led to now.
Right. Sorry.
What's the matter?
Vince's comment, I'll just trip and fall in without my phone on a Teams call.
Yeah, exactly. Let me set my phone down on the bench as I fall in the water.
Right.
Thank you. What the hell, folks?
Right.
It makes no sense to me. and I think I
Maybe.
think that Vince is right in that aspect. I'm sorry we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, Vince. That's not how we do things in here. But I appreciate you being here and your input 100%, brother. Just so you know, um, I think that what they're putting out to the public all over the place, United States, UK, wherever we're at watching this, is what they want everybody to think for whatever reason. But as he said, everybody else seems to know otherwise, and all the people around this. Okay, why is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, the whole thing's weird.
Does that not speak volumes to you guys? Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems that way. If that's the case, Vince, I agree with you. I don't understand how. Yes, thank you, Jules. I don't understand how they know her phone was placed all nice and neat on the bench at 9:20. And see, this is my issue with this, guys. The timeline for this. They have been locked down on a 10-minute window in this timeline. Like Jules just said, how do you know that this woman turned around and very neatly and nicely set her phone down on that bench like that at 9:20 and then walked away and just went and said, I'm gonna stand here and stretch and fall in the river? Come on. Are you kidding me? This is getting ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. The timeline is absolutely insane. Let's
Hi,
see. Red
Molly.
says, I'm sorry, what'd you say, Mama Bear?
I said, hi, Molly.
Good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. What's up, Molly Cat? Thanks for joining us, my dear. How you all doing today? So, retrieving a dog toy. Hell, I don't know. Only thing I can think of, a reason to be leaning over the water to fall in. It's 4 feet deep.
I mean, and even if it is 13 feet deep in the middle, she can swim. So
Yeah, and there's rocks. I mean, good God, guys, she didn't fall into the middle, first of all. But you're right, Mama Bear. This doesn't make sense. Not this much, not this much, not this much at all. To me, it makes no sense. Did you see the info Grizzly put out about the park, Karen? I did not. I haven't got a chance to check her out. I hope the dog is still getting his walks. Yeah, I hope so too. Now, as I was gonna say, that being said, the interview with Mr. Ansell, the boyfriend, the partner, whatever they want to call this, something's off with that, guys. My wife made notice was we were watching this multiple times, and I made mention of this. It was either yesterday or the day before. What's up, Breezy? Thanks for joining us. Kim Moran, thank you for being here. See, we're getting pulled up today. That's good. And I may be wrong. My wife may be wrong, but we both agreed, and I do believe that most of you guys agreed too. If this was my partner, my wife, my girlfriend, anybody that I'm close to for that matter, okay, I think I'd have been a little bit more upset than Mr. Ansell seemed to present himself in that interview. It was just so nonchalant. I just had a vibe from it. You know what I'm saying? That it was just off. I don't know. It was off. Now, I could be wrong, and I could just be reading into it. I don't know. But at this point, of course, the rabbit hole has opened up, folks. Because that woman's not in the river, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry. So let me catch up with you guys over here. I'm sorry. I'm trying. 1 second. Good to have you here, Grizzly. Or sorry, Breezy. I was just looked at the word Grizzly and said Breezy. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So the lady who found the dog at 9:33, she actually tied the dog up with a twine. She's the one who found the phone, and then she left to go to an appointment. This lady is known for to be bad news. Interesting.
And this is the lady with the red coat.
Yep. That is who that is. Trying to catch a dog toy before it entered the water is legit. The only thing I can think of is possibly a line with it fall in there. Yeah, I got you. Um, Jules also says she threatened to shoot dogs not on their leashes. This is coming from neighbors that live in that area, but we thought the dog was running free. But no, she was tied up with twine string. Now, here's the thing. That's the other option, or the other thing too with this is that the dog was very oftenly on without the harness on and walked freely because the dog listened to her very well and didn't wander off, didn't do this. If she had full control of that dog. So I don't, that's another part of it. Park Karen, yeah. But didn't the dog get found running free? Yeah, the dog was running between the gate and the bench in that general area right there, but went nowhere else. Didn't run off as in to chase Nicola, unless Nicola. Now, see, that made me think of that. Okay, the dog was running in between the gate and the bench, the gate and the bench. So that led me to believe, after thinking about it for a day or two, that maybe Nicola went in the direction of the gate without the dog. Because I would imagine that dog would follow her wherever she would go. That's my opinion. But I can't be 100%. I don't know. Some dogs don't always do that. I know that most dogs I know, they do that. But this woman tied it up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true. That's true too. So that's a bit confusing. Maybe the twine wasn't strong enough and the dog broke free. Maybe the dog broke free trying to get to Nicola for whatever reason, if that was the case. Or maybe that's not 100% true. I don't know. See, these are the things that I'm talking about, guys, that make it's I don't know. Right, went past Jules again. Let's see. She says, right, went past the gate without the dog. Agreed. That's where I'm at with it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So is the lady that found the dog different than the Park Karen with the red coat? I think it's the same person, Kim, as far as I understand. I may be wrong. She might have been part of it. She may have got in a car that had been arranged. She does life insurance, hint. Oh, no, I got you. I got you. Anything's possible, brother. At this point, my wife brought up the fact as we were watching this that maybe everything wasn't all candy and roses at home with her partner and that she wanted to just be done and walk away. But I can't imagine leaving the dog behind is the issue. But the dog may have been, as my wife said, part of the staging process for this, if that's what happened, along with the phone. Welcome back, Pamela. She's a mortgage advisor, money problems at home. It could be. Could be. You could be a mortgage advisor and still have money problems, Pamela. You could have money. You could make good money and still have money problems. We don't know what the partner of hers, what his lifestyle is like. You know what I mean? So that could be an issue. That could be an interesting take. I don't put anything, Pat. No. And we can't, Jules, because of everything that we've seen and we do see. Nothing surprises me anymore, guys. It really doesn't. I'm sorry. And again, this is another scenario where we got to leave everything on the table. And I can't say until law enforcement tells us different, because at this point, I don't trust them. I don't. I hate to say that, but I don't trust the law enforcement agency involved in this. Of course. Not today. Not today.
I have something interesting to show you.
You do?
Yep, real quick.
Oh, okay, no problem. Buenos dias to you as well, Pink. And all you fellow meatballs. Thanks for coming on in today and jumping on in the sauce with us. I do appreciate you guys. By the way, I just wanted to make mention a few of you guys had become members. Miss Gina Satilli, that comes in here and mostly at evening streams. She had uh, what I can't think for a second here, put out free memberships to people the other night when she was in here. So a few of you guys became members. I think Michelle was one of them. So um,
Mhm.
thank you, Miss Gina, for doing that. It's very much appreciated through all of us. So thank you, and hope to see you soon. All right, what we got here? Snipers on prowl. I don't know. Can you blow that up at all, Mama Bear?
That ain't better?
No, you made it smaller.
Really?
A
Hmm.
little bigger. Let me see. Whoa, there we go. Now okay. You're just gonna have to scroll up. Yeah. Let's see. A gunman is targeting pets in a village. Is that the beginning of it?
Yep.
Okay. The latest victim, a cat called Tex, lost a leg after being blasted with an air rifle pellet. Now police have revealed other cats and dogs have been shot in St. Michael's on Weir. If I mispronounced that, somebody set me right. Wire, Lancashire. They are linking at least 3 attacks on animals. Texas owner Leslie Park said, "I thought she'd been knocked over by a car at first because she was covered in blood. She had to have her leg amputated. It's hideous. That's horrible."
Hmm.
Um, RSPCA inspectors have warned the sniper could face jail time. And PC Simon Jones of Lancashire police said, it's affected me how somebody could be so callous to do this. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. So this is going on in this general area as well, folks. So
So just
I don't
kind of
know.
ties into that red lady saying she's shooting animals. Is it her or is
Yeah,
it
it's an
somebody
interesting
else?
piece of info to throw in there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Molly. I appreciate that. Did that come from her?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Thank you, Molly. We appreciate that. While she hit her head and fell down while getting the dog ball, she left her phone on a Teams call on the bench. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either, Vince. I agree with you. Right. I agree with you. Joel says, there it is. Wow. You think somebody would really go? I don't live in the UK. I don't know what the, environment's like there, society. I don't know any of that. Gifted one. Wait, was that Kim?
Hmm.
Kim was gifted a membership. It looks like okay. Dobermom was gifted a membership by Kim Marin. There we go.
Yay.
Awesome, awesome, Kim. Thank you so much for that, and congratulations, Dobermom. Dober Dad got one too by Kim Marin. Awesome. Well, now we got Dobermom and Dober Dad. We both members. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that, Miss Kim. We appreciate you. So could there really be somebody out there that is willing to unalive somebody because they don't like their dog? I mean, I don't know what people are like over there. I don't know what the environment's like, society over there. I don't put anything past anyone at this point, though, folks. I gotta
Right.
say it. I gotta say it. I don't get it. Thank you, Miss Heather. I do appreciate that so very much. Anybody that would like to donate to support the channel and/or me, guys, there are the PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App links. Thank you so much.
Are the gun laws and stuff in the UK the same as here, or are they more like Canada, or what?
Right. Good question there, Pamela. What are the gun laws like over there? Pamela, being retired law enforcement, I would think you might know.
Mm.
Molly, where did you pull that story from, hon? The land isn't land farmers use for livestock. Okay. No livestock. Gotcha.
Red says strict. Strict.
I loathe my upstairs neighbor's beast. Gotcha. Public park area. Back up here a little bit. The Dover mom at the hair flip. Oh, I see. You guys are having your own little thing. Gotcha. I was confused for a minute. Sorry.
I was too. I was like,
well. Random letter. Yeah. And it's been said that they pulled up all the cameras in the area to look to see if somebody was following her, anybody was paying extra special attention to her. I mean, regardless of what they've said, I gotta say that that's kind of what I think is going on in a sense. Okay. Okay, Molly, no problem. Should have been sealed off by police. That's the issue with that whole scenario. Like, a crime scene is a crime scene, right or wrong.
Right.
Until you know, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'm saying I agree with Vince that it should have been sealed off. People shouldn't be out there walking around all over everything.
Exactly. And they were the same day, the same time when all this was going on. Life just went on. And like I said, a crime scene is a crime scene. If you don't know for sure where this woman went, then that's a crime scene, right or wrong.
Right. Are you froze?
Okay, so and they said and that's what it is. They said it's not a crime off the bat, but a missing person. I don't know. Maybe things are different over there. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Kim says the police done messed up big time. She was a missing person, different from a crime scene.
But like Vince just said, they didn't know what happened, but said it wasn't a crime. How do you prejudge that without not knowing what happened? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not trying to down the police, but I'm just saying I feel like this should have been cordoned off until they had an actual issue or they had an actual answer to where she was. You know, if they would have found an article of clothing or there was evidence showing that her feet may have slid into the water or somebody pushed her or anything like that, okay, I get it. But at this point, there's nothing to show anything about anything, guys.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. Yeah. They would just say it's a missing person adult here as well. Well, in a sense, yeah. But I mean, 12 days later, though, Red, honestly, and they're still going to say the same thing 12 days later. She's in the river. When they brought in a specified diver that has said she's not in the river. And then he's changed his mind, and I feel like he's changed his mind to keep police happy. And then he said she's not in the river. And then he's changed his mind again to keep police happy. And then he said she's not in the river. And he actually said that if she was in the river, we would have found something. And you know, I mean, they haven't been looking for her. This guy hasn't been looking for 12 days straight, but he's been looking long enough and knows because he's a professional that she's not in the river. I'll say it again and again.
No, he said.
Well, Pamela, yeah, he said she wasn't in the area he searched, but at this point, was she natural blonde? That is, I don't know that. Not enough evidence to say it wasn't a crime. That's a good point, Vince.
Well, and Pamela made a good point too. Not enough evidence to prove a crime had been committed. So either way,
and you can go either way with it. Glass half full, glass half empty. Right? I get it. I agree. I do. I absolutely agree. So at this point, folks, I don't at this point. I don't understand. Again, I think it's because we don't live over there. We don't know how law enforcement works as well as we do here. I would think it's pretty close to the same thing, guys. Okay, this is from 2 hours ago. It's probably not a whole lot, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
In conversations that I've had with and with Superintendent Sally Riley leading this investigation, there are suggestions that if their theory is true, and that is their main hypothesis, that 45-year-old mum up to Nicola Bulley fell into the river, the potential that she could have flown, that could have gone down this river and out through to the coast. Now, there has been...
Now, with that being said, I have to ask this again. Vince is a resident over there. Pamela is a resident over there. There was somebody else in here the other day that lives close to that area. Welcome, stranger. Good to see you. If anything gets pushed out of the river into the sea, based on the tides and the current, does it or does it not end up back in that river, guys? Police are on the estuary at the moment with the dive teams and Coast Guard. Folk are not appreciating the river and the sea. No chance of finding out at sea. And that's kind of what I was thinking. But they had already made trips out to the sea, aerial trips and helicopters and drones days ago, guys. They would have seen anything, in my opinion, floating, or I don't know what like wildlife is like in the water over there. I'm sure that there's sharks and whatever, something may have grabbed her. But in my question was, Red, that if anything flows out to the estuary, it ends up being brought back in by the tide, right or wrong? Okay, Pamela says yes, tides move in and out, and high and low tides, like I posted the other day, right? And that's what I thought. So, in essence, she would have never really made it out to sea, in my opinion, would she? I mean, we looked at the tides, the timing on them, and the hours and stuff like that. He says he's not sure the tide does that, and then all that money, and whose money is it? And it's wasted. Not necessarily. Okay. So let's just say that she made it out to sea with the choppers and the drones. They would have seen something floating out there, I would imagine. And see, that's my thought, is that the body would have gotten stuck somewhere on something in that canal, the river itself, and we would have seen at least an article of clothing or something. You know what I mean? That's my thought. Let's see. Pamela says 3 boys drowned last year at St. Anne's. 2 were found on sandbanks in Southport, and the other up near Fleetwood. Now, what's the distance between these places, though, Pamela? It depends on how far whatever it was floated out. If it gets past the current will push it out, not back in, I believe. I could be wrong. Obviously not in the river. Pamela says to Vince, Lanks County Council, but us residents of Lancashire pay our council tax. Oh, okay. And that's a good point, though. They were found, Pamela. Kim is asking. They were all found. The boys that drowned were found, correct? And it's about 10 miles, but to Southport, much further. Okay. So the 2 boys drowned, and then one was found 10 miles away, and the other was found a little further, well, much further, she says. Police are going through the motions until someone close to the family slips up. Okay, I gotcha. That can make sense too.
Mm-hmm. 1 every 3
weeks. 1 weeks, the other 2 to 4 weeks later. Okay. My niece was on. Sorry, Kiki. Hold on. My niece was on a float, and we weren't paying attention. I know that was bad. They got out so far that the Coast Guard had to bring her back, and because it didn't bring her back in, I was taken out. It was taking out. Okay, I see what you're saying. Do you live in that area as well, Kiki? Make sure I didn't miss anything up here, guys. I'm trying to keep up. Sorry. It was 3 boys. I'm sorry, not 2. From someone out searching now says river today is moving very fast. Well, and that's okay, but see, that's something that the superintendent said the other day that bothered me, and I think I brought that to your guys' attention. That from the day that we started watching and following this, guys, we've seen that river, and she made a comment stating that that's a fast-moving river. I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with her because every video I've seen of that river, it doesn't move. Now, today it's moving. Okay, I got you. But normally it's not a fast-moving river from what I've seen video-wise. You know what I mean? So, and especially the day that she went missing, they showed videos from that day, the day after, the day after, and the day after. It doesn't seem to move at all normally. Okay. And Vince says it's not fast-moving at all. Okay. So if it's moving fast today, that's coming from police, though, correct? There's a ton of possible burials once one is lifeless. Right. Now, as I said the other day, and I know a lot of people didn't want to hear this. Yeah, I didn't see any rapids because I watched videos of the river while they were out on it, and I didn't see any kind of rapids anywhere. I didn't see any kind of like rock formation sticking out above the water, anything like that, okay? As I was saying the other day, when we looked at the map and we saw the flatlands and all this and that, there's really nowhere to be like hidden or fallen away where nobody can see you. It would be very easily, even with people around, to have somebody at gunpoint, knife point, with the threat of that walking next to you, telling you to just be normal or you were going to do something to them and walk them right out of that gate like nothing happened. And you're gone. You get into a car, as we heard that day in the press conference, they looked into 700 motorists that had gone through there at that time. That's a lot of people, folks. So anyone could have walked her out of there without drawing any attention to her with the threat of bodily harm, stepped into a car, and she's gone, and nobody's going to see it or think twice about looking at it, guys. Right. That's not a hard thing to believe, in my opinion. And for whatever reason, the police don't want to think that, talk about that, or believe that. I just don't understand it. I don't. Welcome, Sherry. Good to see you today.
That's a good point, Kim.
Where are we at?
Very bottom. Well, Kim said, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Read it.
Kim said someone could have came right up from behind her on the bench with chloroform. Just very possible.
Well, it is a possibility, Kim. The only slight little problem I have with that is if you chloroform somebody, that means you're going to have to carry or drag them out of there. Okay? With that being said, that would be noticeable, I think, in my opinion. But in the same sentence saying that, anybody could come up behind her with a gun in their hand or in their pocket and make a comment to her stating, okay, listen, you stand up and you walk with me. You don't make a sound. You act normal. And we're going to walk towards that gate. And you're not going to say a word, or I'm going to do this to you. And then we're going to step into that car and that's it. Okay. If you were going to chloroform somebody also, there's people around. She's going to struggle, I would imagine, and move around and you know, thrash back and forth if somebody's holding chloroform over her face. Or if you have a knife, same with the gun. I mean, I would venture to say that would be more realistic than chloroform because, like I said, that's a visual that people are going to notice, whether it's, you know, the struggle she may put up while they're doing it, or the fact that once it's done, you have to drag or carry that person out of there. That's going to be seen too. We don't have it might be, you know, it's still a weapon that somebody would be definitely afraid of, in my opinion. If someone had a gun point, people walk by, I would scream. And I understand that, Kim, but if somebody were to tell you, if you scream, you're dead, that may stop that. You know what I mean? People don't for long. That is true. Because the body, you know, what happens with it. But I think that they've been underwater with the sonar all up and down that river. They've had drones under there. They would have seen something.
Yeah, I like
That's a good idea, Red. And I would have thought somebody might try to do that just to see. That's actually a great idea. Toss a dummy in there that's roughly her weight around the same time frame because of the tides and see what happens. That's a great idea. The pros say they find most bodies near where they went in. Right. Well, it depends on how deep the water is too, I would think, Vince, and how the body ended up in the water. You know what I mean? If she fell, hit her head, yeah. If she fell in and didn't injure herself, I would venture to say in 4 feet of water, she would have stood up or crawled back out or something like that. You know what I mean? That just none of this makes sense to me. Not even a little bit.
That's good.
I just don't get it. Let me see. Did I miss anything over here? Water temperatures at the moment would slow decay. Oh yeah, I agree with that one, Pamela. Because the water temperature is probably in the vicinity of 40 degrees, if not lower than that. So that's going to preserve the body. If we remember Kylie Rodney's story, there's going to be bloating. There's going to be this. It's been 12 days at this point, which is not a lot of time for decomp to take effect, especially if it's a colder water temperature. That's going to change things, okay? Why haven't they seen her if she's in the bottom of the river? Now, I have a problem with something else, okay? Being that I mentioned the Kylie Rodney case, and again, I'm not trying to go down a rabbit hole, but I almost wonder, and I just have to say this, if they end up finding her in the river in the next few days, I'm going to question that, okay? Mm-hmm. And for good reason. Very good reason, especially if it's in somewhere that they've gone back and forth over multiple times. That's going to tell me, or that's going to make me think, I should say, that something else has happened, and then somebody came and brought her back and put her in the river on purpose, because that's what law enforcement is saying and not letting go of. It was -3 there last night, so that water is very cold. Okay, very cold. So yeah, it's going to preserve a body for sure if it's in there. Dave showed what she's wearing. Thank you, Heather. Again, guys, if you have not, check out Mama Bear's channel. Show her some love and subscribe, please. There's not much going on over there yet.
Nothing there yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, there's nothing going on yet, but at least you'll be pre-subscribed for when everything starts rolling. Let's see. Mr. Vince says again, yeah, but I'm not sure how they are so certain that she went in and haven't made plea to the public. That's a good point. That's a good point. That makes plenty of sense. Let me finish this video here that we never got to really start. So
extensive searching of the River Wye, a kilometre path of water that they need to search from the bench where her phone was found, where her dog Willow was, and the lead for the dog as well, all the way down to the mouth of the River Wye, which goes out into Morecambe Bay. Now, about an hour or so ago, Sky News actually witnessed a couple of police boats heading out off the coast into the sea before returning back onto the River Wye and heading upstream. We can see some footage filmed by my producer Darren Little earlier today, where we saw two boats on either side of the river. They were specialist police teams actually searching for either Nicola Bulley herself or any evidence relating to her disappearance. We're actually right now based around halfway between the bench where she was last seen and where that phone was left unlocked to the coast as well. So we're about halfway down the River Wye right now. And what is quite interesting is the first time that we've actually seen this, Jane, is that this river, as we know it, is a very tidal river. So the tide comes in and goes out, and the river is flowing quite rapidly, actually, probably the quickest we've seen it. So what police are saying is that this investigation, this whole search operation is incredibly complex because of the nature of this river. The tide goes in and out quite rapidly, and so whatever is on the bed, or whatever is floating on the surface of it will be moving with the tide of the river as well. It's why now land an investigation actually towards the mouth of the river to ensure that there is nothing that's gone through the coast and into the sea. So it is a very big part of the River Wye that they are searching. It will take a lot of resources.
And that's a problem that I have, Vince. I don't have they exhausted all possibilities because I don't think they've done anything else other than go to this river. Am I right or am I wrong? And I mean, honestly, if I'm wrong, I want to know. Right. That's what I thought. So I would think that you would exhaust, like he's saying, every other possibility that you could possibly think of and look into that. And then, okay, let's check the river. And of course, they check the river first because it's right there. You know, I get that. But something is not right with this, guys. Something's not right with the way this is being handled, in my opinion. That's my opinion, though. Welcome, April. Good to see you, hon. It is a perfect recipe because you can't label it a kidnapping or a murder. It's just a missing person. Correct. Now, I agree with you on that. Welcome, April. Again, thanks for joining us today, dear. It's great to see you.
Hi, April.
Do you think they will put barriers along that river now? I mean, I would think there should have been some type of a fencing around that anyway. And why wasn't there? You know what I mean? It's that drop off by that bench is pretty steep. It was probably a good, 2.5 foot of a drop into the water there, which could very easily anybody could trip and fall into it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pink. I appreciate that. Or put a fence up and put life preservers on the sides of it. But again, I don't think it has been done only because it is a slow moving river that obviously doesn't happen often in. You know what I mean? Which in turn speaks volumes to me in my opinion about this whole scenario. Pamela says very unlikely. I agree with that too. I doubt that they will.
Yeah.
Anywho, let me keep sorry, I don't mean to keep stopping this.
A lot of the rivers going off from the mouth of the River Wye to the Irish Sea around Morecambe Bay, and police will be searching here for some time until they find anything relating to her disappearance.
Okay, Inzi, and just as Inzi has been talking to us, the police have confirmed that, and they've also released a statement saying that they've had to, they can confirm that a dispersal order was issued around 8:40 yesterday evening. This is because people have been filming on social media close to some of the properties in St Michael's. The police are saying that for the next 48 hours, they've got the power to disperse anyone committing antisocial behaviour. A number of people have been warned about their behaviour there. The police say they hope to give some reassurance they'll not tolerate criminality, including trespass and criminal damage. Also, the police saying that they're aware of a number of grossly offensive comments being made on social media and elsewhere. They're looking into these and they will not hesitate to take action where appropriate.
Well, they probably wouldn't have to do that if they would have cordoned this area off, in my opinion. I mean, I really don't, I don't know. That's my opinion again. Let me see here, folks. I'm trying to find, there was something I saw this morning. Where did it go? Here we go, right here, 7 hours ago.
Thank you, Colby. He shared you out on his community wall.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, see, that kind of stuff doesn't need to be said nor done, Pamela. I highly disagree with that. That's not going to help find her. That's not going to make anything happen or make anything any better, if nothing else. You know, that stuff doesn't need to happen. Even if it was true, it's nobody's business at this point. That should have no bearing on this. I'm sorry. Not today, Colby. I'm trying to, when I have a free day is when I'll be able to bring extra people up here, but not today. Maybe Friday or maybe tomorrow. But when I'm running different shows for different stories like that, I try to keep it to a minimum, bud. Police incompetence. Sorry, just haven't done the approach right at all. I mean, I don't want to say incompetence. I'm not going to go that far with it, but I do agree that I don't feel that it was handled correctly, in my opinion, Vince. I really don't. Okay, before I play that, let me see. I thought that one water expert said he was convinced that she was not in the water because he did not think that she would have went that far and she would have been found by now. He did absolutely say that. Yeah, Colby, go ahead. That's fine. As long as there's nothing vulgar in it or anything like that, that's absolutely fine, sir. I don't like any kind of vulgarity or anything in the chat if possible, and we try to keep everything positive, so any information is good. I agree, Red. All right, folks, here we go.
I said that if Nicola was in that river, I guarantee you that would found her. She's not there. So we've ruled out the main area. That was what I call the hot spot where Nicola was phone was last seen, and obviously adjacent to the field where she was. And then we've gone right up the river just in case this event, for some other reason, another line of inquiry takes place. And we've cleared that whole stretch of river extremely thoroughly with police divers. We've done what we come to do to actually clear that for the family and the police. That's done. The lower section of the river going down to the sea, the police are working on that today. Team, they've got search officers. There's Coast Guard working down there as it goes out into the estuary. So that is the focus of the police operation. The police are continuing their investigation down the river, which leads eventually out to the estuary. and that's obviously still open to inquiry, or they're still gathering their other information, what I can't discuss, and I don't know. So that at the moment the focus is still on the tidal river, but the tidal river, because it's very shallow in places and it obviously rises and drops to shallow water, deep water, there's still no sign of Nicola, and we've run the side scan sonar from here down to the next bridge, which is about 3 or 4 miles, and again there is no completely the area bared up from the bench, but around where the phone was initially found, the police divers have dived it 3 times, extremely highly we are, and goes to the bottom. There was a bit of flow on the river that day. I wasn't here on the day when it happened, but normally we recover them in a few meters. My only point is there that the police divers did thoroughly search that stretch of water, highly connected search in that part of the river, and then obviously you've got the weir in the way. So if Nicola has managed to get in, and we some of us, we're not always right, we do our best, but if Nicola has managed to get over the weir and she's gone down that way, then that I would have thought that she would have surfaced by now and been found by dog walkers. In this opinion, most bodies are found by members of the public, where we have suicides, they just come up in the river, and the public have an unfortunate fate. And that's what I'm surprised about, that Nicola hasn't been found so far. I said that if Nicola's here, I'll find her. If Nicola was in that river, I would have found her. I can guarantee you that. She wouldn't have. We would have found her, and she's not there in that section of the river up there. If she's down that section, the lower section, right the way down where we haven't searched, that's not my responsibility. That's the police's responsibility to do that. Normally we find them. For this usual situation, and hopefully Nicola will appear somewhere or pop up somewhere. I don't know, but that I'm totally baffled by this one, to be honest.
Interesting. So he said it how many times that she's gone in that river in the section that he checked, right?
Mm. Yeah, read the let's see. The high tide on the day she went missing was at 6:06 a.m. and then the low tide was at 6:29 p.m.
Right.
January 27th.
6:29, correct. How I have that memorized, I have no idea.
Me either.
I can't remember anything else, but I remember that. Interesting.
She went missing early last Friday morning after driving 10 minutes from her home in Inskip to the nearby village of St Michael's on Wyre. She dropped her children before heading down Garstang Road with her dog Willow. There she began her walk around the river at around 8:43 a.m. At about 8:50, she was seen in the lower field, and it was around this time that a woman wearing a red coat was also seen, and police asked her to come forward as a potential eyewitness, and she has now been spoken to. Nicola sent an email to her boss at 8:53 a.m.
What's the matter, Red? Say what again? The tide times was 6:08 a.m.
6:06 a.m. was high tide, and then low tide was 6:29 p.m.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, yes, Pamela, that's what you had sent us.
Yes.
Sonar signals easily penetrate water. They are ideal for navigation, measurement underwater. Correct. If he used that specific sonar equipment the whole of the 9 miles, they might have found her. Why did they not take it down the whole river?
Right. That doesn't make sense.
That's what I don't understand at this point. Because my understanding was that he was running the whole length of the river into the estuary looking for her with the sonar.
Huh.
That I don't understand. So,
Publicity stunt.
if she is in, she will be washed up at Shard Bridge like the past missing people who fell into that river. Okay. He even said I would have found her by now. Publicity stunt to sell more books. I mean, okay. And Pamela says, agree on Sandbaster. They likely searched on Monday night. Right. I don't know, folks. This is crazy.
One, she logged into Teams, and then about 9 minutes, a witness saw her on the upper field, still with her dog Willow. At 9:30, the Teams call ended, but Nicola stayed logged on. And Nicola's mobile phone and Willow were found at a bench by the river by another dog walker at 5 a.m. So it's exactly this time a week ago that Nicola went missing. Some of her friends are now on the route that she's known to have taken, and Sky's Fraser Ward is there in St Michael's on Wire for us this morning. So Fraser, explain to us what's going to happen then this morning.
I'll be right back, guys.
A huge public response today, in particular, 1 week on to the minute, effectively, since Nicola was last seen. That's in a couple of minutes' time or so, just 20 minutes after that, her phone was discovered and the mystery began. It's been a terrible time for her family. We've heard of talking to us about their living nightmare that began a week ago. It's still continuing. The police investigation is still ongoing, and it's been helped today by members of the public. One of the people helping to organise that, Emma White, friend of Nicola's. Just tell us a little bit, first of all, this is such a difficult time for all the friends and family. How are you all coping?
Yeah, I mean, I think today has been a bit of a pinnacle. As I said, it's 7 days on. So the community's come out in force today. We've got banners, placards, Face of Nikki, who's contacted to see anything. The community once again has come out in force. The community's been doing work all week. We've had organised walks, and people have come out in their drones from all over the county.
I mean, you've had an incredible response, haven't you? You're saying that there are 100 people or more today helping out today. There have been all week. This is really, really affected people, hasn't it? People are desperate to know what's happening.
Absolutely, and I think you can all relate to the situation. You're either a mother, a daughter, and maybe yourself, you might have children, you might have a dog called Willow. You can resonate with the situation. I think that's why it has touched so many people. But yeah, again, it's that mystery of unknown. So like you said, it's feeling eerie now that we're a week on. And then in 15 minutes time for Nikki.
Now that comment FMG made, it's kind of interesting to me. Although there is a possibility she doesn't even exist and nothing was found at the beach. That has happened, folks. I'm not trying to, again, be the conspiracy theorist here, but I don't understand what the basis of it would be. I don't understand what the reasoning behind it would be, but it has happened. It's just an interesting comment to me, that's all. I just wanted to make notice of that. She had a lot of heavy clothes on. He only searched part of the water when he went upstream. Okay. And the dog wasn't found near the bench. It was found in an open land away from the bank, in between the gate and the right. And then Mama Bear asked if he searched when he went upstream. I don't think he went any further upstream than what he had said, just like he had claimed in that last video. All these news outlets don't have the right info. Has anyone notified the airports? Crime time with Mama Bear honestly can't say about what he went into the undergrowth. Yeah. And I thought someone said the dog was running back and forth between. That's what we had heard. That's what we were told from like the beginning. The dog was found running back and forth between the gate and the bench.
That's what I thought.
Vanished, and we have no one where she's gone, what's happened.
We can see from the numbers of people who are trying to help what Nicola means to people. Just tell us a little bit about it. What's she like?
Yeah, I think that speaks volumes itself. Nikki is just a genuinely lovely person. You'll see the images of her, and that's reflected inside as well. She's not only beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside. She's caring. She loves animals. She loves nature. She loves her girls, her dog, her family as a world. You heard yesterday when you did your interview, Ernie saying he speaks to the girls, his girls, as in Lou and Nikki, every single day or sees them. And then they are, he said his words are close-knit family, they really are. I go back to the two little girls now missing their mummy, and that's why we're here. Just anything we can get, any information we can glean to give them that hope. That's why we're here.
And there is still hope, isn't there?
Yeah, there has to be. I won't lie, it's diminishing. Today's a real, I can't describe the feeling I've got going on here. And as all our other friends and family do, there's the sadness, there's the heartache, there's the worry, there's the what if, but then mix it all up, you've got this hope in there so you don't know whether you're good, bad, ugly, and you have to have that hope. We have to carry that glimmer, that torch, whatever you want to call, of hope. We have no information, and that's why it's so important for you guys to do what you're doing. The police have done tremendous efforts, the community have come together. For all that work, we have to have some reward for it, and I hope today's the day for Paul, for the mum and dad, for the sister, and for those girls.
There were two people who the police specifically wanted to speak to. They have Tracy. It hasn't moved the investigation on, or so it seems, but someone might have that little bit of information, no matter how small, might that could help.
And that's what this is why we're out here today in force. You've got a big blowy waving man, you've got the banners, you've got pictures of Nikki. Someone might go, oh yes, it's just that light bulb moment that anything that you think so small, just call Dial 101, obviously a CCTV 999. We have to, in this day and age, how could someone just disappear? It makes no.
No, I'm playing this for a reason. I know that this is old. If everybody is believing she's in the river, why are they, this is her friend and everything, they're basically asking other people if they have seen her and thinking about other circumstances and not even paying attention really to what the law enforcement has been saying about her being in the water, guys. I mean, it's kind of evident in my opinion to see that like that. You know what I mean? That's really all I was trying to say with this.
No, so that's probably why it's station.
Well, Emma, thank you so much for talking to us. I know it's such a difficult time for you. I think you.
Sorry, that's her sister. I didn't mean to say that.
Incredibly brave to stand in front of the camera and put that appeal out. So that is the appeal. Anyone who has any information about Nicola's whereabouts, no matter how trivial it might seem, come forward. It could be the key. It could be the secret part of the puzzle that the police are desperately trying to find.
Yeah, really important appeal, Fraser. Thanks very much indeed for that.
All right. So again, I don't know, folks. I don't know where to go with this at this point. I do want to replay this again. And I want you guys to just kind of watch and pay attention to this. And just
we're never ever going to lose her.
Make your judgments, opinions, whatever you want to do. It's just something about this is off to me. My wife pointed it out to me, and I agreed with her.
Yeah, definitely.
And it could be nothing. Okay, it definitely could be, but I don't believe that.
Of course we're not. But right now, it is as though she had vanished into thin air. Just insane. My whole focus is on two girls. Just staying as strong as I can for them. I'm scared that if I put any focus into anything else, it's going to take my, focus off that. So I've got to be careful. I'm hoping to goodness that anything comes out from the interview yesterday, no matter how tiny, I just can't believe that we're a week on. And as yet, like further on, it just seemed absolutely just like a dream. I cannot get my head around any of it. We're never ever going to lose the hope, of course we're not. But right now, it is as though she had vanished into thin air. Like, yeah, just insane.
Am I the only one that gets like a weird vibe from this?
No.
His, I don't know how to explain. It just throws me off, guys. Something's wrong with it. I'm sorry. Welcome, Kelly. It's good to have you here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. And Kelly says that she's an hour from there, and there's no way that she reached the sea. Give me, if you could, Kelly, give me your reasoning behind your thoughts behind that. She says the sea is 15 miles away, and that was my thought. You know what I mean? I didn't think she would have made it that far without being snagged on something. That was my biggest issue with that. FMG says 9 miles or 15 kilometers. So, okay. Yeah, the kilometer ratio versus miles is a little different, but still. Low tide was 6:29, high tide was 6:06, right? Okay. But again, guys, the interview with Mr. Ansell, I couldn't get that out of my head. Something about that was off, folks. Like off, okay? And there was another thing I was trying to show you guys.
Kelly says the river moves.
The river moves too slow. Right. And that's what I was saying. I've been saying that. And the superintendent said it was fast moving. I haven't seen it yet. Even with the boats on the river, it didn't move. You know what I mean? It didn't move. And like I said, that was another reason why, if she would have fallen in my opinion, it doesn't move. It would have been very easy, unless she injured her head or something and knocked herself out. But it would be very easy for her to move herself up out of that situation. If that makes sense, what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if it's a fast moving river, okay, that's pushing it with rapids and all that kind of stuff, that is a different situation, guys. But this is not the case. I don't know. I don't get it. FMG says she never went out to sea at all. Right. So where is she? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those CCTV images of Nicola doesn't look like her either. That, or it's really bad images. Let's see. So tell me if this is what you're about real quick.
You pick.
Let me see. Tell me if this is the same ones you're talking about, guys. If I can. There we go. All right. Let's see.
Pictures of Nicola Bulley, who went missing while Lancashire released, are showing her on the morning. Police have said their assumption is that she fell into the river, and today many members of the local community joined the search. Keeps video has come forward. Here's Danny Savage.
This is Nicola Bulley leaving home on the day she vanished, setting off on the... Her family today released these pictures to show exactly what she was wearing. For days, police have been searching for any trace of the mother of two different. What did seem very obvious was the large number of other people out too.
Today, people out along here is extraordinary. There are dozens.
And there should be nobody there.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there should be nobody there right now. Not even him. There should be nobody there.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're with a search group or search team, but.
Right. Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
If she did fall in that jacket, it would make things very difficult. I agree. You know, in a sense, yeah, Red, but that's also a jacket that big with fur would have been seen somewhere.
Yeah.
The jacket wouldn't have sunk, guys. The jacket, well, if it's her arms are still in it, yeah, I agree with that. But did you know about the walker that tied her dog up with rope and left? Yes, that I heard about, and Vince is correct. This area right here, any evidence that would have been here is completely gone, guys. It's nothing. There's nothing there now.
Yep.
If that heavy jacket was unzipped, it would have came off. And that's my thought, that it would have been pulled off of her body and would have been floating somewhere. It wouldn't have sunk. At least I don't think it would have. I've seen it in the past, you know. How long underwater would it take for a body to turn to bones? Quite a while, especially if the water temperature is cold. FMG, it would take quite a while because that preserves the body to an extent. And then you're going to have bloating. Okay. There's going to be a lot of bloating, which takes time. In a 12-day period, I'd venture to say there probably isn't any bloating yet. At least not a lot. And the water's freezing. Okay. So she'd be perfectly preserved under there, almost as if in a cooler, you know, how they would keep you at the morgue in a sense.
I looked it up. The water temperature today is 45 degrees.
Okay, so it's warmed up, but like they said, that's still almost freezing. For a human body to be in something like that for 12 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was unzipped in the picture. Right. I agree, Kim. It may have came off. Kelly says she would float before bones, usually 6 to 8 days. Right. That's my thought. And then, you know, I can't stay with this, guys. I can't. I don't understand it. This is insane.
If she went missing in the same way, there to be a search party.
If it was myself, but if it was one of us that was in that situation, I'd hope the community do the same thing for us as well. And I just feel like everybody should be doing their part.
She disappeared without trace. Police believe she accidentally fell in the river. Why? But it's the not knowing for sure. Michael's on wire.
New pictures of Nicola Bulley.
I don't know. Sorry about that, Vince. I got crappy internet right now. Well, of course, they're saying the detectives have taken it too far.
Goodness gracious. Sorry, we're supposed to have wind gusts of 60 miles per hour, and it sounds like it's about to blow my house away. It's crazy.
Yeah, ours are supposed to be 40 miles per hour, 40 to 50, they said, which is about the same as what you're talking about, too. So,
yeah.
There was one other thing I had seen this morning. social media speculation is making things worse. I want to know how.
Right.
Explain to me how any kind of speculation on this is making it worse at all. And it's been said that people over there that are speculating about this are being charged by law enforcement for that.
For what? Talking? Yeah. Having an opinion?
That's my thing. And it almost seems like I really hate to say this. Okay? It's almost like that police don't want anybody to talk about it, to look at it, or to say anything other than she's in that river. Why?
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me, folks. Not at all. That's not her in the red coat, Red. That's another woman that they were showing.
Wasn't she the one that tied up the dog with the twine? Or is that? I think.
I'm going to give you this too. This was from 4 days ago. A friend of hers, it's 11 points that people don't know about Nicola. It's probably not going to help much of anything, but it may be something interesting that people don't know. Okay. Okay. I want everybody to see this. This came from a close family friend of hers. Right there. Nikki is an incredibly strong swimmer. Okay, guys. Once again, this river does not move. It's not deep. Other than having a head injury or a physical injury of some sort, this river would not have taken this woman anywhere other than 3 feet, if that, from where she fell in, if she fell in. Okay? I just don't get it. I'm just saying, guys, none of this makes any damn sense to me at all. It's crazy. Red keeps saying Kylie Rodney again. I mean, in a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. In a sense, yeah. Kylie Rodney in the UK. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Pam's like, honest, it does move and is deep in parts. We believe you, Pamela.
I do. Let me ask you another question, folks. If, from what we've heard about the relationship that she has with her dog, do you think that if she would have fallen in right there, right here, okay, where that red box is, basically, stepped over and fell into that water that's really not moving. But anyway, I do believe you, though, Pamela. And the dog saw that. Do you think the dog would have jumped in with her?
Mm-hmm. I do.
It didn't happen. The dog was dry. That hasn't been talked about. I swear I think that dog would have jumped in to try to get her out.
I really do. Yeah.
Or even just to be with her, okay? That dog was dry as a bone and was not in the water. And her dogs love water. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
She went, the dog man thing, hey, mom wants to play. Let's go, and jumped right in behind her. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep. Must be at low tide, but it looks like
I'm that pic must be at low tide, by the way. Yeah, it does look, it's a little higher than what it normally looks. The bank is about 2.5 to 3. Well, I'd say about 2.5 foot of a drop off right there, Red. At least from the pictures we've seen. So yeah, and if you look at the other side over here, you can see kind of where the water would come up, and if it was high, how that overhang is over there. So yeah, again, I really think that dog would have been in the water right behind her, folks. I'm just saying. And barking. If she was in distress, okay. All right, Sherry, I'm sorry to hear that. It's great to have you here, though, and thanks for joining us today. Hope to see you soon. Yeah, if she was in any kind of distress, falling in the water, hitting her head, laying there, whatever, floating down the river, the dog would have went in barking, if not jumping in right behind her. Let's think of all these things, guys. That's why none of this makes any sense to me. On a photo I sent last night, it showed the drop, I believe. Yeah, it did, Pam. Definitely. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, that's a pretty decent drop off, guys. Like I said, it's about a 2.5 foot, maybe a little bit more drop off from that edge right over here that we can't see because of the bench. But even right here, you can see it. So, again, all right, Vince. Thanks for joining us today. Again, sorry we got off on the wrong foot this morning or in the beginning, but I hope to see you again, brother. Have a great day.
Bye, Vince.
And Sherry, you have a great day as well, hon. Kelly says the river only rises when there's a lot of rain. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it one more time. She's not in the river, folks. I mean, I get that, Red. You're right. It does. But some dogs, depending, they will grab a hold of these people and try to drag them back. I've seen that happen. And she had an amazing relationship with this dog. Has an amazing relationship with this dog. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Absolutely, Vince. Absolutely. Have a great day, sir. And again, thanks for joining us today. It's great to have you here. Dog has since been back to this area. Wouldn't you think the dog would run to the river's edge looking for her? Konnichiwa. Gomi. In near stagnant water, perhaps. Okay. Gomi, you're still on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm still on, of course. That's just, I'm just saying. These things have to be thought about, folks, when we look at this. There's CCTV at the back of the caravan park. The only camera that isn't working is the one that would have seen everything. Gee, that's kind of amazing. That's really ironic, folks, that the only camera in that whole area that's not working is the one that would have actually seen everything that went on that day in that area. You don't think that's kind of interesting? No worries, Kiki. We're still here. Okay, Pamela, let me ask you, and Kelly, you guys are all over there. You don't think that's ironically weird that there's nothing, that's the only camera that didn't see, that's not working at this time, and that's the only camera that would have seen everything that happened? You don't think that's weird nor ironic? I get what you're saying, Red. Absolutely. There's something wrong with that, guys. There is something wrong with that. And remember something else that we heard here a few minutes ago. Yeah, and the grumpy dog walker that tied dog up looks after the CCTV. Wait a second. Yes, and the grumpy dog walker that tied up the dog looks after the CCTV cameras. That's weird too. Okay, her son. At the same rate, no one caught her leaving as well. No, as many of them homes are not occupied all the time, and her son sorts cameras. Imagine that. Now, again, I'm not going down the rabbit hole, but it's just something else to think about. There was a comment back here talking about Mr. Ansel, about him being a prominent, very well-known person in the community, correct?
Mhm.
Very well-known, prominent member of the community. Very, very well-known, prominent member of the community, which means everybody knows him. Probably important people know him. He knows important people. Just remember that is all I'm saying. This is just weird to me, folks. Again, I know it sounds rabbit hole-like. That's all I'm saying. Just keep these things in mind. These are the little things that I've always gone after. You guys know me. And I pick and pull every little piece of this apart when I have an issue with something. And I'm telling you, why would that one camera not be working? It's just it's insane. I'm sorry. This stuff is nuts.
Do you see Kelly said, yeah, and the grumpy dog walker that tied dog up looks after the CCTV cameras.
Right. Isn't that interesting?
Very.
Mm-hmm. The house under renovation is a family member of his. Seriously effed. Okay. Who's the incel? Wait, what the hell are we talking about now? Where'd this come from?
Where? Huh?
At the same rate, no one caught her leaving. Let me back then. Somebody says, who's the incel? Her son sorts cameras. Kim said, who's the incel? Where'd the incel thing come from? You lost me for a minute, Kim. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's Green Eyes. Good to see you. It's been a while. Great to have you here. We missed you. So here's the red coat. Kelly said, yeah, that camera faces right across the field to the bench, but only one not working. That's so interesting to me. Oh, I meant the guy who's well known in the community. It's her boyfriend, Kim. Sorry.
Partner.
No, I definitely didn't say incel. It's all right though. Yes, we've definitely missed you, Green Eyes. And I'm like, what? Where did that come from?
Your turn.
Never fails. 1 second, everyone. I'm sorry.
He probably did. Yeah, the last name is Ansel. So it could have sounded like incel. I could see that. Ansel. There you go. Psh. Whatever, Red. Psh. How are you, Green Eyes? Yes, we are. I wish I could move my camera to, you guys can see this crazy wind. I can't.
Hello, I'm back, governors. How are you?
We figured out the confusion. And
I know I said Ansel. Yep. Yep. Yes. That was just funny. Like I popped up and saying, "Who's the incel?" And I'm like, "What the hell? Where'd that come from?" But no, it makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. I guess I got to speak better. My fault, guys. Sorry. Red says, I was wondering how her boyfriend would be an incel. Right. That's exactly. Jesus. My apologies, folks. My apologies. I got to clean out my mouth. That's all right. Makes plenty of sense here. I don't know. You all know how I am. My apologies. So sorry. No, you are absolutely correct, Kim. Yes, you all know exactly how I am. It's okay. No worries. Molly knows. Molly knows exactly what I'm talking about. Our little Molly cat. Let me finish. So this is, let's see, Ty dog left phone on bench. Then all of a sudden she had an appointment and leaves, sends her daughter-in-law for the dog and phone, but takes her till 10:50 to ring school. Okay. Stop jumping back on like that Dago. Holy crap. Excuse me while I peel myself up. She says, why are you on the ceiling, dear? Quit that. Oh, anyway, hold on a minute, U-Haul, so I can get all this ready for you guys, okay? This is the lady in the red cup they've been talking about, so you all pay attention, and we'll see what we can find in this one. I love you, Molly. Yeah, that's a little weird, Kelly. Interesting. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate that. Now, all you meatballs, I scared the crap out of you. How?
Because you kind of came in kind of loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Mrs. Dig said to say hello.
You're like, oh, okay, I'm back.
Well, I didn't mean to. That's why I'm always stuck to the ceiling. Okay.
Yes.
Well, unclench your claws from the ceiling and come back down. Yeah, we finally figured out pasties for donuts over there. Yeah. Initially, I was thinking that people are walking around with nipple covers and talking about eating, pasties, and I'm like, wow. And then somebody said that they're like donuts over there. So yeah.
Okay.
It was interesting.
I must not have been here for that conversation. I'm glad
I don't think you were.
That up.
Yes, it's good to know. It's okay to talk about pasties when you come back and being loud. I wasn't trying to be loud, and I didn't know you had headphones on. Calm down, Molly. Punkskis. Anywho, let's get this one rolling.
Oh, I gotta go.
Witness here walking her dog in the same area that Nicola Bulley went missing. They say that the search is continuing today for Nicola, who went missing last Friday. They would now like to speak to the woman pictured in this CCTV image.
who the police believe was in the area at the time Nicola was last seen and who may have information. Lancashire police say we would stress this woman is sought as a witness and nothing. Red and white coat with a fur hood, light coloured trousers and a light bobble hat. She was walking a small white dog. This image was captured on CCTV at around 8:48 a.m.
That's what we've heard, Red.
Lane, which is close to where Nicola was last seen and was also seen near to the gate at the end of Allotment Lane. Lancashire police say if you believe this is you or you recognise the woman, please get in touch. They have also confirmed a timeline from the morning Nicola was last seen. 3 a.m. He was walking along the path by the River Wye. Interacted before the witness left the field via the River Park. Somebody, again, who knows Nicola, saw her on the upper field walking her dog, Willow. Work is ongoing today to establish exactly what time this was, but as the police say, it's around approximately 9:10. At 9:30, the team's call ended, but Nicola stayed logged on. At approximately 9:35 a.m., Nicola's mobile phone and Willow, the dog, were found at a bench. So that is the latest from the police, a rough timeline of the last movements of Nicola Bulley before her disappearance. Again, they have released this new CCTV image of a dog walker in the area. They are stressing that if this is you or you recognise this woman, please get in touch. This woman is being sought as a witness and nothing more, but could have some important information for the police in the continuing investigation into the disappearance of Nicola Bulley.
Oh, okay, Kelly. That I didn't know. I was under the understanding that it was the same woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It's not. Two different ones.
Well, that's interesting to me then. Because this one thing here told me. Well, hold on then. Let's see this then real quick, because I'm confused now. I'm sorry.
Just get those circles trying to piece together what could have possibly happened. So I mind with everything because we just have no idea where she is. It's like she just vanished into thin air. There's no evidence to point us in any direction.
All we're doing is going through every scenario and then go back to the first scenario again and do the whole thing again. And then it's just all day long. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, it just can't make sense that this is actually happening. And here we are.
Hello, Grizzlies, and welcome back to another episode.
Sorry about that. Well, I'm not going to do that because I didn't realize that's what that was, but sorry, Gisela. Didn't mean to do that. I thought that was a news thing, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I can do that real quick again. Breezy, no problem. I had played it a little bit earlier because I had an issue with it. I wasn't comfortable with him in that. So if my computer would stop doing what it's doing, or start doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's why I got another technician coming out. Why don't you make me become friends with all the technicians at Optimum? Maybe that's the issue. One second, guys. Are you kidding me? Come on. There we go. You still there, Mama Bear? Or did you take off?
I'm still here.
Oh, what happened now?
I actually found a map that may help people get a better visual.
Okay.
If you want me to try and share that.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you. Let's see here.
All right. Let me do this real quick for what's up, Boone. Good to see you. Tiffany, welcome. Great to see you as well. Here, I'll play this real quick. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep. You'll play it real quick.
All right. I'll play this real quick for Breezy, and then we'll jump into what you got real quick, okay?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. 1 second.
We're never ever going to lose.
There you go, Breezy. How are you today, Boone? Great to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Okay, Pamela, I see what you're saying. That's all right, Boone. Don't worry about that. And Miss Tiffany, it's great to see you as well.
Use the hope, of course we're not. But right now, it is as though she has vanished into thin air. Like, yeah, and just insane. My whole focus is the two girls, just staying as strong as I can for them. I'm scared that if I put any focus into anything else, it's going to take my, focus off that. So I've got to be careful. Just hoping to goodness that anything comes out from the interview yesterday, no matter how tiny. I just can't believe that we're a week on. And as yet, it seems like we're no further on. It just seems absolutely impossible. Just like a dream. Just cannot get my head around any of it. We're never ever going to lose the hope. Of course we're not. But right now, it is as though she has vanished into thin air. Like, yeah, just insane. My whole focus is the two girls.
Oh, come on.
Put any focus into any. It's going to take my.
1 second.
That we're a week on. And as yet.
Okay. Hold on, Kelly. I hope to God they can fix this tomorrow. For the last time. Oh, thank you, Mama Bear. I didn't even see you there. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Mama Bear. All right. Are you there, Mama Bear? Okay. I'll wait till she comes back. I don't know. She's got her thing muted. She may have had to do something real quick. Well, let me throw this up real quick, guys, for you then while we're waiting on that. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too. Very possible. A lot of wind noise. I agree, Breezy. So they're searching in Morecambe Bay too. I don't know where you went, Mama Bear. So, are you still here? Maybe not. Maybe she just had to use the bathroom or something, guys. Things happen. Or she got a phone call, maybe. No worries. Well, I don't think there is anything new besides that. 1 second, folks. Oh, here it is. That's the one I clicked on. I had clicked on the wrong one. What's up, Steve? Good to see you. Between 9:10 and 9:30. Yeah. This is the one I was going to show you guys, and I clicked on the one that Gisela had done, thinking it was the same one. So my apologies, folks. 1 second. This is what I was trying to show you guys. All right. Thank you, Molly. Thank you all so much.
I just can't, to be honest, I'm just going round and round in circles trying to piece together what could have possibly happened. And we've just got to keep such an open mind with everything, because we just have no idea. It's like she just vanished into thin air. There's no evidence to point us in any direction.
Thank you, Kelly.
Obviously, my hope is out there. She's I don't know, needed to take herself off for whatever reason, and we just want a home. We need her home. Her children need a home. It's just absolutely heartbreaking.
Only for you, what's the last week been like as a father?
It's been very difficult. As from last Friday morning today, we're such a close-knit family. We talk to each other, both our children. And Nicola. And it's just comforting from that point of view.
Village. How much has that helped you, knowing that people have come from far and wide to help look for your daughter?
Massive. It's been massive. We've really appreciated it, and everyone that's been involved doing the sweep search of the fields, etc. It's just given us hope that someone might find something that could give us that little clue to what might have happened.
We need something. We're nearly a week on tomorrow, and we're just going around in circles. It's like something's got to have been missed. There's got to be, somebody must know something. Somebody must know. People don't just vanish into thin air. There's got to be somebody that knows something. And all we are asking, no matter how small or big, if there's anything that you can remember that just doesn't seem right, then please reach out to the police. Please just.
If you guys notice, the only people that are saying that she's in the river are the police. Everybody else, her sister, her family, her friends, her boyfriend has all mentioned, they're talking about this as if there's something else had happened. Nobody has mentioned the river once, guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the police are the only ones talking about this river. So there's 3 separate people we know of whom was around there around the time. 2 seen her and 1 tied the dog and vanished between 9:10 and 9:30. Yes, Red.
Get in touch. And
obviously, though, what is it you want to say to people watching this, wherever they're sat, wherever they're watching from, on their phones, on the tellies? What do you want to say to people in order to help you?
Just if anybody knows anything, just let us, Nikki, if you're bloody out there, just let us know that you're okay. We can sort anything out. We just want you home. We just want you home.
Yeah, my approach to this is that.
Did you catch that right there? Let me do that again for you.
Just want you home. We just want you home.
Yeah,
just Nikki, if you're bloody out there, just let us know that you're okay. We can sort anything out. We just want you home. We just want you home.
Yeah.
Now, if they thought that she was in that river, if her sister, this is her sister, thought that she was in the river, do you think she would have made a comment like that?
Just Nikki, if you're bloody out, let us know that you're okay. We can sort anything out. We just want you home. We just want you home.
Yeah, my approach to this is that for the public to search their minds or anything that they might have seen, doesn't matter how significant it is. If it's something that they think might not be interesting, it could be, and inform the police that that they've seen something. But the main thing is that we want to find Nicola, get her back home. There's 2 young children there waiting for their mummy to come back, and we feel that we want to back, obviously, also. But, you know, if Nicola is out there, if she is watching this, then all we'd like to say is just come home, contact the police, and we just back.
Again, her father makes a comment. If she was in the river and they thought she was in the river, that comment probably would not have been made. Just saying, folks.
One thing on covering this story and speaking to people right at the very heart of it, and everyone harks back to this, is that the two beautiful girls at home, Nikki's kids, you know, how difficult is that knowing that without a mum?
It's just, obviously their little minds are trying to process. They don't really understand, and none of us understand. But we've just got to try, and when there's children involved, you have to carry on. You've got to get through every day, and
mum is missing. But they know that she's going to be coming home. And this is, everyone's looking for her. So it's only a matter of time that they're thinking in their minds that she's going to walk through that door.
What happened on Friday morning was, it started off as what seemed to be Nikki's, you know, daily routine, really. Taking Willow for a walk. It all seemed quite normal. How do you feel about the fact that this has happened, and it isn't Nikki in a way, if you get what I mean? It's not her, it's not normal Nikki.
No.
What's happened?
we just haven't got any answers.
No, she's done this 1,000 times. Drops the children off from school, a bit to bits that dog. She'll do anything for the animal. She parks the car in the school car park, walks across past St Michael's Church, through that little lane up to the open field, and that's where she does it every day in, day out. There may be days where she misses, but if it's not her, it's Paul, and it all revolves around the point that they've dropped the children off at the school. But it's just routine, and you know, we're just baffled by it, just baffled.
The police earlier said that, you know, they're keeping an open mind. Is that difficult to keep an open mind? You know, when there's speculation and everything. How tough is that?
Yeah, well, we're trying to be quite honest with you. We're trying to get involved in what people are saying, because nobody knows anything, do they? So, and that's what we really want to say today, is don't get blindsided that this has definitely happened, or, you know, we need to keep an open mind. Could be anything, because there's no evidence to point any other way, and get my sister home.
We'll just end on a final note from you all. And how important is it that this message is out there, that people listen, that they give any information that they possibly can to help get your sister, to help get your daughter back home? How crucial is it right now?
Well, it's
the only thing we're holding on to.
We're holding on to this as not our last hope, but this is going to reach out to millions of people. And we're just hoping that from this interview that something may come of it, which will spark a light, and it will lead to us finding our daughter.
How much are you missing her?
I don't. It's a hard. It is a hard. We're such a close-knit family. We are a close-knit family, sorry. But we're such a close-knit family. We do anything for any one of us, and the children will do the same for us. We're getting on in life. And, you know, the grandchildren and our own children are more important to us as we're getting older. So, yeah, just hope she comes on.
All right, guys. That's really it. Okay, as far as Nikki goes. Nicola, I'm sorry. I hear everybody's calling her Nikki. I'm doing it too. So again, that is heartbreaking, Boone. I agree. And I feel so bad for them at this point.
Hey, I'm still here, but I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Well, it was good to not see you for a while and not have you here and have you do what you gotta. I'm just messing with you.
Sorry, I got a phone call and then I looked at the time and I was like, I gotta go.
God, are you serious? As many phone calls as I have to take, no big deal. Absolutely. I'll be here. All right, hon. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. So again, like I said, guys, I can't go along with the whole she's in the water thing. It just my mind won't let me do it. You know what I mean? And that's all because of what I see and what I'm hearing, and it is what it is. You know, there's not much else I can say about it or do about it, you know, and we're gonna keep up with it best we can and see what happens. That's really all I can say, folks. You know, we're always going to stay with this one until something comes from it, for sure. But that's where we're at with it right now. Definitely not an investigative reporter's question. Right. Yeah, that's kind of a how much are you missing her? I mean, how do you answer that, to be honest with you? No, it's okay, Red. I get it. I respect you guys that think she's in the water. I have no issues with that at all. I can't do it. I can't feel it. I tried. Like the first day we did this and everybody was saying she's in the water, she's in the water, she's in the water. I'm like, okay, she's in the water. Okay, she's in the water. Make myself believe she's in the water. What's up, Christy? No, she's not in the water. I can't. Every time I would think, okay, she's in the water, my mind would say, no, she's not. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things, folks. I can't believe it for whatever reason. And I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a detective. I'm just little old Dago. That's all I am. Okay. Quote unquote, investigative reporter, whatever you want to call me. That's what I am. But I just can't. I've tried to make myself understand her being in the water, and it just doesn't fit, guys. It doesn't work for me. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I may be wrong, but there's just too many little things that make me feel like no. You know, the dog was bone dry, and on that bugged me on two aspects. One being, at first, you know, maybe she did fall in the water because she was trying to get the dog because the dog went in the water. Well, the dog was dry. The dog never went in the water. Then the second one was, if she did fall in the water, the dog would have followed her into the water. The dog was still dry, guys. Doesn't make sense to me. Nothing. It doesn't make sense to me at all. So, you know me, anything is possible. But no, absolutely, Red. That's why I like having you in here. You kind of help to level the scale. You know what I'm saying? She, us Americans over here worried about her. Oh, she has us Americans over. I got you now. Exactly, Kim. Real quick though, I do want to pull up Kelly said she sent me an email in regards to them supposedly looking for a red van. Moment now, so that's kind of interesting. What's up, Fupa? I exactly would have guessed that, Fupa. That's my thought. You know, if this dog and her were as close as they're saying that they are, the dog would have tried to jump in. So this is a headline that Miss Kelly sent me. Thank you very much, Miss Kelly Ewan. And it says, this is from the Mirror, okay? A van was parked close to the spot Nicola disappeared. Police are now searching for Nicola Bulley. Police searching for Nicola Bulley have been told about a new tatty red van lead. Imagine that. Like, it was parked at that gate, I'm guessing, and there we are, folks. This is where I've been going with this, okay? Again, the search has been extended from the sun. Cops are searching for Tatty Red Van, seen on the same day Nicola vanished. And they're not going to put it out there that they're looking for it, guys, because there is somebody that they don't want to scare that person and have them running or hiding or anything like that. So I get that. If the someone that knows her talked to her, then that they was either there when it happened or literally just left when it did. I agree with that one, Red. Dog may not jumped in, but follow me as I went, floated away via. Yeah, right. No, I agree, Boone. That's what I thought. This woman's dog and her were super tight, so that's what my issue with that was. And again, thank you for that very much, Kelly. Very, very much. So, sorry. Go away. My computer does not respond. Come on, damn it. God, sorry about that, folks. Where'd it go? Okay, take that down. Take that down. 1 second, guys. Let me see. Where did it go? I don't see that now. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Kelly. I do. Very much so. That could be the other thing, that the dog may have would go home, or because there is only 20-minute time frame if they didn't talk, but it's like being said that they did, leaves next to nothing. Right. And I agree. I do agree. Where are we at? Okay. Okay. Yeah, most dogs are like that, Kim. That's what I was saying. 100%. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, if I can picture a dog that has got a close relationship, that's that well trained, jumping in the water after her, or standing there waiting for her, or any of that, guys. I mean, truthfully, stop that. So that's all I have on Nicola, sadly, guys. There's nothing else. But as you saw in the title, we got a little story we're going to be starting up. I'm just going to kick into the beginning of this here. Nothing much. In Chicago, for over a year now, there have been bodies being dumped into the waterways in Chicago, the Michigan River, multiple different variations of waterways and water sources in Chicago right now. What's up, Broken? Good to see you, brother. Excuse me. That's a good idea, Kim. Putting cameras on the dog collars. That's awesome. And they've been looking into it, and are claiming very possibly that there may be a serial killer in Chicago at this point. So this one story I'm going to show you is probably the most recent one. I may find something more recent, but this may be the most recent one. that I could find of another body they found, and then we'll get into it a little bit and explain more too. It is Chicago. Yes, Miss Kim. I see what you're saying.
Val and Tanya, as you both mentioned, have confirmed this morning each earlier this 21-year-old Christoph Schubert last seen Saturday night at Howl at the Moon, a bar at 26 West Hubbard and River North. Well, that day, yesterday, some of his co-workers posted a flyer tech company. He's been here in the U.S. and in Chicago since November, working on a project in Jolie for their company Christmas party. They ended up Howl at the Moon. A co-worker telling us been seen since this morning. Chicago police got a report of body in the water near Oak Street Beach. Confirmation.
It just appeared, but he definitely is there. He didn't just turn into air. Like, he didn't disappear. He must be somewhere.
A man from Poland temporarily working in the suburbs is missing after a night out in Chicago. His friends are asking for the public's help, and Chicago police are involved. Elizabeth Matthews joins us live from the River North neighborhood, the last place where he was seen.
Yeah, guys, he's been missing for nearly 3 days. His name is Krzysztof Schubert. He's 21 years old, was last seen around 9:45 here in River North at Howl at the Moon. I played these backwards, Saturday guys. Sorry. Here on Hubbard Street. This is the last picture his friends have of him, taken inside Howl at the Moon, the same night he went missing.
He would never do something like this. If he was in trouble or needed to get somewhere, he would reach out.
It's been 3 days since anyone saw Krzysztof Schubert.
He's from Poland, a city called Tychy.
He's here for just a few months, working on a project in the southwest suburbs as a software developer.
He is smart, young, and very bright.
He, along with other co-workers, are staying at a Joliet hotel. But Saturday, they came to the city, first hitting the Chris Kindle Market, then spending 2 hours at a popular bar, Howl at the Moon.
We figured that since we couldn't find him inside the bar, he wasn't picking up his phone, he just took an Uber back with somebody else.
Sunday morning, they realized their friend never came home to the hotel. They tried calling him and eventually went back to River North, retraced their steps, and started putting up posters.
I am in contact with his family. They definitely feel powerless because of the fact they are staying in Poland.
They filed a report with police, who will now begin investigating. Even though it's been days, they still have hope.
I genuinely think that he's going to be found. It's just a matter of time and the amount of people, amount of help we can receive.
Krzysztof was supposed to go back to Poland, back home for the holidays next weekend. He was last seen wearing glasses, a dark jacket, and a blue-collared shirt. I talked to the manager here at Howl at the Moon, and he says he's been in contact with this young man's family. They've gone through their surveillance video and have yet to find anything substantial. I do know that Chicago police are investigating. If you know anything about this, you were out here Saturday night, you may have seen something, you're urged to contact Chicago police. Live in River North, Elizabeth Matthews, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right, folks. And there's that. That's just one. Okay, now Miss Heather brought this to my, and I've been looking into it, and I was having problems finding things. Because it seems to have started well over a year ago now, okay? Well over a year ago now. I don't know why I can't talk today. But it definitely is interesting. It caught my attention for sure. I'll be honest with you guys. Hold on, guys. My computer is yeah, it's moving along, Red. No lie. But this scenario is interesting because they're finding they're finding, how can I put it? mostly just in the waterways. It was mostly males. It's interesting in a lot of ways. So I thought it would be interesting for you guys to check out.
Are mounting over the number of bodies.
Here we come. Sorry, guys. This is the lead on it. What I was going to give you guys to go by. Yeah. Right. Glitch. Yeah, it's Chicago's hardcore to begin with, guys. We know that, okay? This is interesting though. All right, here we go.
Being pulled from the waters in Chicago, at least 10 in the last year alone. The latest unidentified body pulled from Lake Michigan last Sunday, and people across social media fearing a possible serial killer could be on the loose. The latest case eerily similar to at least 9 other disappearances and discoveries along the waterways. It started more than a year ago. Some of the bodies have been discovered just days apart. The causes of death for many of the victims still unknown. Is there a killer terrorizing the Chicago area, or is this simply a series of terrible coincidences? Joining us now, former CIA officer and FBI Special Agent Tracy Walder. Tracy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
And Tracy, there are many similarities with these discoveries. Most of the victims disappeared in the early morning hours on weekends. Of course, they were all found in a body of water. Are there any other details that stand out to you about these cases? And as an investigator, do these similarities indicate anything?
So I believe that they do. You know, but some of the other similarities that I see are in age. They're all around the same age. Also, they're all the same gender. They're all male. At least last I checked, they were all male. And so I think that, to me, coupled with obviously the same location, and I would suspect the manner of death is most likely drowning in all of them. I don't think that that's by accident. Again, just my hypothesis. But when you have really 4 and 5 characteristics really matching up and really being the same, you know, I think all roads lead to a potential serial killer on the loose.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's good to know, especially with your investigator hat on, because certainly there are people who walk home late from bars and are maybe a little bit tipsy. Unfortunately, bodies of water are also sometimes the sites of suicide, but you think that this is more than just coincidence?
I think that is more than just coincidence too, because to your point, that a lot of folks had been, you know, sort of walking home from bars, the vast majority of all of these males that were found seem to have originated from around the same place, which was in the vicinity of a bar. So what that tells me is perhaps this bar, perhaps this location where they originated from was sort of the perpetrator's hunting ground, if you will, and they sort of followed them home. And so, you know, I think that really also points to the idea of a serial killer and sort of hunting and stalking their prey.
And let's talk about the timeline quickly as well. In April, 3 of the bodies were found just days apart. The next month, the bodies of 2 college students, the 2 males, found weeks apart in Lake Michigan. Is it usual in a serial killing kind of scenario for cases like this to happen back to back?
So that's, you know, a lot of times that is something that will happen. The idea of killing excites them, right? And so you will see this sort of escalation, whereas you might find 2, 3, 4 killings back to back, and then it stops for a couple weeks or a month or so. And then the killer needs their next fix, if you will, and then you'll see them sort of group together again. And so that's actually not uncommon to see in the case of serial killers.
And let's say there is a serial killer lurking in Chicago. What would the benefit be of using the waterways to dispose of the victims?
You know, one of the best things about water is it washes away evidence, quite frankly. You know, really, water is key. Water takes away DNA evidence, it takes away trace evidence, it takes away biological evidence, and it really contaminates the body, if you will, and the crime scene. So really, that's sort of the number one way to dispose of a body is to really douse it in water, because what you are doing is taking away any of that evidence.
And bottom line, from what you know about these deaths, do you suspect a possible serial killer in the Chicago area?
You know, by what I know and the evidence I'm putting together, I do suspect a serial killer in this case.
Okay. Tracy Walder, always appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are tracking a horrifying video. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find Newsnation.
It does have a little bit of a Dahmer feel to it, Molly. The male, you know, in the bar area type thing, maybe. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Boone is, you know, there could be a copycat, you know. Now I don't know if these there's no way to really know if the bodies they're finding, they're mostly male. I don't know if they're homosexual or not. You know what I mean? That would be another thing that could go into the Dahmer scenario, because mostly all of that, is what that was. So, but of course that's going to be something that's going to be hard to know. You know what I mean? Sadly. And truthfully, I don't, this is going to be a hard one to follow, because there's so many people that go missing in Chicago that are murdered on a regular basis, guys. There's 10 dead. Oh God. But it's horrible. And it's happened before. 3 years ago, it was going on. 5 years ago, it was going on. You know what I mean? Like, how do we do this? And that's it, Boone. That's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing by putting this out there, because if I can get it going, somebody may see it and catch on and put it out there too. Somebody else. And if we can get it pushed out social media wise, maybe it'll draw attention to it. You know what I mean? Okay, Molly. Thank you, hon. Oh yeah. Yeah. They've done this for forever, guys. The mob was real big on this back in the 40s and the 50s, 70s. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Tiffany. But this one, I think, is a specific scenario. That's why I kind of stuck to this one. Like I said, you can go back and check. They're everywhere. 8 months ago. You know what I'm saying? This has been going on for years upon years upon years. There's different versions and variations of it too. I feel bad for the one they found 2 months ago, that kid from Poland, because he's not from here. He was only here for a little bit, and he came to Chicago to do something to better his life and was taken out immediately. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? If he would have stayed in Poland, this would have never happened to him. It's just sad. All right, Sherry, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Let's see here. Yeah, I was really just then we had the Chicago Strangler a year ago. Remember that one? I mean, there's just so many different variations. This one though caught my attention, and like I said, I don't know if the victims in this case are homosexual. If that's the case, and the way it's being done, it does have a Dahmer feel to it. And like I said, it's not getting very much. It's not being put out there very often, at all. So if we can help by putting it out there, and somebody else sees it and picks it up and puts it out there, then we're helping, because it's not getting anywhere near enough being televised enough, guys. So we're just kind of touching the surface on this today. I just wanted to show it to you guys. And we are going to be getting into this one, getting some more info, and putting it out there a little bit more, and looking at these to see the differences or the similarities between it, and see if we can center in on something maybe that would be important to help with it. You know what I mean? So that's my whole reasoning behind this one. That's why, like I said, I just wanted to scrape the ice with this for you guys to show you it's coming and what we're looking into, because we are going to dig into this one and do a dive on it for sure, as you see Molly saying what she just said. So that's really it, though, as far as today goes, folks. We've been going for about, I don't know, yeah, it'd be great to have you here too, Red, because you're really good at balancing things out when we need it to have done. So it'd be great to have you here. This might be a big one, guys. I don't know. But it really had Heather sent it to me days back, and I looked at it. Then I went back and looked at it again, and it really caught my attention. I kind of felt along the same lines of it, with them all being male. I think there was 1 or 2 females that were, but they may have been part of a couple situation. I don't know for sure yet. You know, we're still looking into this one, but excuse me. But yeah, I really, really wanted to jump into this one today and just give you guys the surface of it, let you know we're going to be hitting this one and going from there. So I appreciate it. And I appreciate your guys' enthusiasm for both of these cases. Obviously, especially the Nicola case, because we haven't really gotten into Chicago very much yet because we couldn't. Like I said, I just wanted to end today's show with this one, give you guys some input on it, some info, and let you know that we're going into it. So that's pretty much it for that. Again, if anybody had any thoughts, theories, questions about Nicola Bulley's case, please feel free to call in, or even the Chicago scenario. Even though we just touched the ice on it, or scratched the ice on it, I'm sorry, then yeah, call in either way. Most definitely, yes. Red is definitely a good balance for this show. I love having Red here. And he does it logically. Everything he says has logic behind it. Whether we agree or disagree, there's still logic behind it. And that's what I like about it. That's what keeps us who we are over here, guys. And I love the fact, thank you very much, Mrs. M. I love the fact that we can do it as adults without having issues with each other. And that's what this is all about, folks. We have one of the best think tanks in this channel that I've seen anywhere, guys. And I'm super proud of that. I really am. And all of you guys for being who you are. That's why there's days that I get upset that Red's not here, because we could really use him in here some days. You know what I mean? When we're talking about some stuff. So, I like the balance. I do. There's a couple others in here that are like that too. And I like to have that to level things out. It makes a lot of sense to me. So, but yeah, if anybody has any questions, comments, theories about Nicola Bulley or even the Chicago scenario, the number is 234-703-4047. Give me a call, guys. I'd love to hear from you, obviously. I'd like to hear your thoughts, theories, anything. Just feel free to call in, guys. Please do. Let me see here. Does Bulley have any exes mentioned, even though now I didn't see any? That was a thought that I had too, Boone. I didn't see anything. I looked a little bit. I didn't really dig hard. It's kind of hard to pull that kind of stuff up from the UK when we're over here. They're not married, Boone. Paul Ansel is not her husband. That's either they called him her partner. Others have called him boyfriend, but they're not married, okay? Which was another thing that was kind of interesting to me. Why are they not married? They have 2 little girls. What's the deal with that, okay? So, I don't know. That was a little off to me too. So, is it common law, Pamela? Okay. See, I didn't know how common law worked over in the UK. No. That's not her husband. That's her boyfriend, Boone. Or partner, as they were referring to him. Pamela says they're common law married, not legally married. So, they had a wedding planned for during COVID, but had to cancel it. Okay. Well, that almost makes me kind of curious itself right there, Pamela. Why was the wedding canceled? Because of COVID, or are there problems that we don't know about, or what? You know what I mean? You know, I'm not trying to go conspiracy like on it, but there's just I can't find myself to believe she's in that water, so I'm looking at other options. That's all. I guess you could say engaged, yeah. That would be her fiance then. But see, they're not saying that. That's the thing. If that was the case and I was her fiance, I think I would present myself as that, and he's not, or they're not doing it for whatever reason. Yeah, I kind of figured that too, Red. Total shutdown, and yeah, they're very strict with a lot more stricter with a lot of things over there than they are here. That's for sure, guys. Yeah, it is kind of odd, I thought too, Boone. 12 years. You know, some people don't like to be married. Some people don't want to get married due to financial things. They don't want to get married because of fear of, you know, once you're married, it ruins a relationship. Things like that. I've seen that happen. I have friends that were together for a set of friends with me and my wife both went to school with. They were together for 15 years as boyfriend, girlfriend. They had 3 kids together, everything. And then they got married. They were divorced a year later. You know what I'm saying? It just, sometimes it just doesn't work. And after 12 years, that's why Pamela said common law. I do get it. Yeah, you might as well be. You done? Go get some water. Go on. Go on, Oscar McDuck. Go get some water. Welcome, Palsy. Good to see you. I eat duck meat for lunch. Okay. Not really. I looked for any kind of interviews from the family and was looking for that, truthfully, Breezy, to see if they had said anything in regards to their relationship or anything. And that was my dog, Mrs. M. I don't know if you ever heard Oscar. He's got some kind of a condition that makes him do this internal sneezing thing, and it sounds like he's quacking. It's not a real duck, though. Lots of people think he is. Right. Not that duckling. Right. It used to be like that a lot over here, Pamela, with people that have been together and never gotten married, but it's changed a lot over the past 20 years as far as the common law thing and people not being married. It's weird. I don't know why it changed. I don't know if it was financial reasons or what, but I know a lot of things, they've made it difficult for people over here now, if they're not married, to be involved in somebody's life, medically, financially, banking, you know, medical decisions. People have to be married over here, and it's kind of like forced down our throat. So you don't need my permission, Dover Mom. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, not sure why I did. I got you, Red. I'm not sure why I did it the first time. The second time, you know, I know she's the love of my life, but yeah, the first time, I don't know why I got married. I'll be honest with you. I think it was because, she got pregnant, and that's me. You know, I got to do the right thing. So, yep. Go ahead, Dover Mom, and make your joke. That's fine. I'm just quackers over your duckling doggo. Oh my God. Okie dokie. It wasn't really lame. It was a little corny, maybe, but not lame. The fact that you thought that up right then and there, that's pretty good, though. That's pretty good. So tomorrow, folks, I guess tomorrow we're gonna do. I know I asked for it. It's my fault. You're absolutely right. You got Mrs. M laughing over here. That's all that matters. Tomorrow we're gonna pull out a Friday fun day type day. I guess I've been told that I need to celebrate being here and streaming for 1 year. Miss Brandy celebrated a birthday here a while back, and I, you know, told her that we would do something for her birthday. So we're gonna kind of throw it all together and make it tomorrow. Take a little break from what we've been doing. We've been kind of busy. And Saturday, you'll probably see me again during the day. Oh, I'm sorry. Friday night, we're gonna pick up our episode 2 of the series I started, which is for those of you that may not have been in here and caught it the other night. It's the true stories behind true crime in the movies, guys, is what it is. All right, Doberman, I get you. Quacking you up. Oh my God. And what it is basically, folks, if you weren't here, like I said, is a lot of the horror movies and thriller movies that we see coming out of Hollywood. A lot of those movies are based on, I don't know why my camera's off. They're based on true stories. Very loosely based, and so he is surprised to realize how many movies are actually based on true events. We watched not last night, but the night before, we watched the Scream. The movie Scream we watched, and well, we didn't watch. I'm sorry. I gave you guys the story behind the movie Scream, the true story, the events that were the movie was based on, which was the Gainesville Ripper. And then as I was looking into that, folks, I found there was a very, 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 very close emulation and liking to the Idaho 4 murders with the Gainesville Ripper. So it made for my show yesterday morning. It was kind of interesting, to be honest with you, that I found so many likenesses. It was crazy. So I got robot voice now. I hate my internet company with a passion. I really do. I hate them. I hate them. I hate that word, but I hate that company. I can't stop saying it. So that was the thing. And I know I told you guys I was going to let you guys know. I'm thinking about giving you guys a choice. I really wanted to revisit the Phantom Killer, which was the Texarkana murders. But I also wanted to really look into the truth behind the Amityville horror type movie, the Amityville house and the things that have gone on there, the true story behind that whole thing. So I was going to give you guys the choice of which one you wanted me to do in that sense, because we have so many to do that I can do that. That's not a problem. I just watched a Secret Service documentary about past presidents last night, and wow, crazy. Oh yeah, I've seen those before. Maybe not the same one you seen, Red. Okay. All right, well, let's do this then. Let's do this. Give me a second here, guys. 1 second. Yes, Miss Dobermom. Where did it go? There it is. So what I'm going to do then is we're going to do a poll. Very simply. And do we want Amityville or Phantom Killer? Wait a minute. No, we're not going to do it like that. I can't do it like that. All right, so we're going to do 2 polls, I guess. No. We'll see how this... If everybody picks Amityville, then I know that that's the one that we're going to want as compared to the other one. So we're going to do we want Amityville or do we want the other? So it's just going to be, do we want Amityville as of right now? So there we go. We'll see what that poll says. Either story is very interesting. Very interesting. The Amityville, you guys all know about that one. The Phantom Killer is based on a movie. And I keep forgetting the name of the damn movie. Oh, I didn't. It's called The Town That Dreaded Sundown is the actual movie that the Phantom Killer murders is based on. okay? What are we talking about here? Oh, yeah. The president thing. Yeah, that's a fact. You should watch that, Heather. If you can find one of them, there's a couple out there. It's really crazy. The things, you wouldn't expect the things that we see or that they show. You know what I mean? Very interesting. My only concern is the religious undertones. In what aspect, Dobermom? There really weren't any in the Texarkana situation. I mean, there was very little. We're not watching the movies themselves. I'm just going to give you the backstories and true stories on how those movies were created, basically. And for those of you that don't know, if you want to go watch these movies by some chance, the Amityville one is not based on the first Amityville movie. It's based on the second one. Okay. The story that we're going to talk about is not based on the first Amityville movie. It's based on Amityville 2. It's called The Possession. Yeah, we're just going to do 2 polls on it. Oh, the DeFeo thing. Okay. No, I understand. We can work around that. That's no big deal. No big a deal. That's a no big a deal. Don't worry about it. Mario's got it covered. So that's going to be Friday night. Whichever one we choose on here after I do the other poll, we will see. And we're going to do it on that. I'm giving you guys a choice. Like I said, tomorrow morning, we're going to break it down a little bit, kick back, have a little bit of fun in celebration of me streaming for a year and our lovely Miss Brandy's birthday. She turned 52 or 62. I can't remember which one it was. But I don't think she's in here right now either. Anyway. And then Friday night, tomorrow night, we will do the stream in regards to the movie. And then that's Friday. Yeah. Saturday, we may be back in. It depends on what info I end up with. We may end up back on the Chicago story and looking at any other updates that popped up for Saturday. No. No preachers in here. My wife is an ordained minister, but she's not a preacher by any means. And she's not in here either, so it doesn't matter. I don't know what you're talking about, Dobermom. No idea. I don't know what you all talking about. No idea. I don't know what you all's talking about. Sorry. I just don't know what you mean. Your woodchuck. All right, Red. Take your time. I didn't say anything. I have no idea what you all talking about. What are you talking about, Watson, Heather? Oh, the president thing still. Yeah. Yeah, check it out, Heather. They're pretty interesting. Like I said, there's things on there that you're going to see that you're going to just be like, what? That really happened? You know what I mean? It's crazy. I know I was floored. I couldn't take my eyes off of it for a while. And then it made me interested enough to go looking into the actual presidents again. Like specifically and privately, each one of them, you know. There were things that were said about the Clintons that are insane. I mean, all of them. Each and every single president we've ever had. It's crazy. What is a woodchuck? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? If a woodchuck could chuck wood, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck? It's a little animal that eats wood, basically, I think. Kind of like a beaver, possibly. I've never seen one. Molly has... Well, Molly, why do you have like little I'm scared to death faces put up there? All right, let's see what this poll says. And that gave you guys enough time. Why is a raven like a writing disc? I have no idea. None at all. Let's see. So, ooh, this one's close. 45% of you said yes, and 54% said no. Okay, well, that means... Well, let's see how this one rolls then. Do we want the Phantom Killer? Or the Texarkana murders? Let's see. Let's see how that one rolls. 45 said yes and 54 said no. So that's a close one, though, guys. As of right now, Amityville is a no-go based on the poll. We'll see the difference between what the difference is between in this one. Who is stark raving mad? Oh my God. Good Lord. Dover Mom. Cornball. Heather said, dang, y'all know Amityville. Well, we don't know yet, Heather. It depends on what the difference is on the Phantom Killer. And we're going to do it regardless, sooner or later. So either it's going to be tomorrow or it's going to be next week or the week after, however long it takes us to get to it. One way or another, we is doing it. I am not stark raving mad. I do not know what you all talking about. Crazy people, I swear. Telling me I'm crazy? It is not me. No. And I need to talk to you, Dover Mom. We're going to get together and discuss that other scenario, which is another a very interesting piece of info that I'd want to look into. That could be, it's going to be in another show for sure. So that is possible. Just want to see what's going on with this other poll first, and then we can make that decision. I'd rather have that decision made early today rather than wait until late tomorrow to set it up. You know what I mean? So that is all I was saying about that. To anyone who voted no, I voted yes on both. So you want to do both of them, huh? We ain't got to have time to do that. At least not tomorrow. And we're starting earlier, folks, than 9 o'clock. That was too late. I was trying to give everybody a chance to, get settled for the day, this and that and everything else. But Miss Gina made a good point and said, kind of go shortly after dinner. So I'm figuring we're going to go about 6:30, 7 o'clock. That way we don't go so late. You know what I mean? We won't be out here so late. 1:30 in the morning was just too much for me. I didn't sleep that night. And, you can have your dinner, sit down, chill a little bit, and then you can sit down and relax for the night where we can sit down and do this. Give it a couple hours, and we'll still be done early enough that you guys can do something else afterwards. Or you can just go to bed, I don't know who would have to work Saturday or whatnot, but yeah, I think we're going to do them 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's going to be around the time, and they're going to be done. This week was a mess up because of when I started it, but they're going to get done Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are going to be the days that we do them, guys. I can't do those every single night because I just kill myself if I did all that. And I did my daily thing too. So I figured on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays we could do the evening things. And I kind of wanted your guys' opinion on that. So if that sounds okay with you guys, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6:37 p.m., let me know. Put a 1 in the chat real quick for me, please. I'd appreciate that for those of you that are still here. Awesome. That's good to hear, Dover Mom. I'm glad to hear that. All right, I got a 1 from Molly, a 1 from Dover Mom. Keep coming. Folks. Miss Heather says yes. That, and then we'll try to work something else out. I got 3 1s. Wait, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1s so far. Actually, Heather or Tiffany put 2, 4, 5 in there. Hello, Miss Cheryl. It's good to see you. She put a 1 in there too. Kim, 1. All right. Well, so far we're good. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30, 7 o'clock those nights. And if you're good with it, you're giving me a 1. All right. Now that poll, that was pretty quick. I don't think we need 100% on it to see it, but let's see the answer on this one here. Do we want the Phantom Killer? 90% said yes and 9% said no. Okay. So we're doing the Phantom Killer. Sorry, Heather. There's no 2 ways around it. Probably because most people know the story behind Amityville, at least most. There's some things in it that they haven't put out there that I do know. So yeah, we're gonna do the Phantom Killer tomorrow night, guys. So if you want to watch that movie and get a gist of it, it's called The Town That Dreaded Sundown. It's an older movie, but you could usually find it. You have CRS too? I have that same problem, Red. Sorry, Heather. Sorry. You can't go wrong. 90% and 9%. So, yeah. Thank you all for participating in my polls. I do appreciate that. But just so you guys know, we are going to do Amityville sooner or later. We have to do it. It's one of my favorites, so we got to check it out. I'd like Amityville, but missed the poll. It's all right, Tiffany. Like I said, we're gonna hit on it. It may be sooner than you guys think. But I got a few others that I want to touch on too that are kind of out there. So and again, actually, let's do one more poll. I'm really curious. Very curious. Today's poll day, I guess. Do you like the new evening series? And that's the last poll for the day, I promise. That's important to me. I'd like to know that, guys. It helps with the analytics of YouTube, the algorithm, and all that. And again, folks, I haven't seen that many of them. So come on, guys. You got to help me out here. I need you guys to leave me some kind of comment in the comment section so I can see what's going on. And YouTube can see that I'm getting comments on my shows. You know, it's important to them. Even if you're just saying, hey, hi, F you, you got a big head, whatever it is, please, please, please leave me a comment in there somewhere. I really, really need those, guys. And if you haven't, of course, please leave me a little bit of DNA on that like button. That definitely helps with the algorithm, and it does help with you guys getting your notifications too. That is true. So if you ever hear me say I gotta go feed my hog, it's my outside wood boiler. I wait. Oh, okay, I got you. That's pretty cool. So Red's got a thing for animals or animals. Wow, that was done quick and 100% already. Holy heck. 100% of you said yes. Holy hell. Okay. So we know that you guys like that. That's great. Thank you, folks. Even though I didn't spell the right. I was typing too fast. So you guys like the new evening series. That's awesome. And I got 100% of you guys on that one. That's great. Which didn't take many votes. So awesome. Awesome. Yes, please, please leave some comments, folks. I gotta have the comments. It's a YouTube necessity for whatever reason. So, does anybody else have anything they'd like to add today? No worries, Kim. I understand. If nobody ever has to worry about explaining their life to me, apologizing for not being here or being late or whatever, guys. You know me. I love you guys, regardless. I understand everybody has their lives, and I've always told you guys real life comes first, regardless, guys. So thank you, Heather. Again, if anybody would like to donate to support me in the channel, please feel free. It's very welcomed and very much appreciated at this point. Lord knows YouTube's not covering me like they should. So I am very receiving of that. There are the links for Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App, guys. I really do appreciate that. In a house, PA. What? Oh, okay. I see. In a house in PA. Gotcha, Red. Some people aren't comfortable giving out their, where they're at. And I get it. I get it. So like I said, if anybody has anything to add to today's show or any comments, questions, theories, anything about any of this, guys, you're either welcome to call in or you can just leave a comment in the comments or right here in chat, guys, or anything else you want to put in before I bring things down for the day. No, but I have something to deal with in the morning and would love some positive vibes my way. Absolutely. Please, guys. Keep Miss Heather in your thoughts. I already know what you're talking about, hon, and you're in my thoughts constantly. So send her some vibes and prayers her way. It's kind of an important thing, and she does definitely need some positivity coming her way. So I would appreciate if you guys would just keep her in your thoughts. Like I said, if you're a praying person, send her a prayer. If not, just send her good vibes, folks. That's all. I appreciate that. Dober Mom, I will be in touch with you here relatively soon. We can talk that situation out and figure that out real quick. But besides that, guys, I do want to let you guys know. Oh, I got you, Red. Okay. So you saw that whole thing going down in East Palestine, Red, with the train derailment and the tanker that they had to blow up with the toxic chemicals and all that crap that they blew up in the air. Did you see that stuff going down? Are you around that region of PA or are you in a different region? Either way, you'd probably see it on the news. So amen to that one, Kim. God is great. And Tiffany, yes, you guys are correct. Absolutely, sis. Nothing less is deserved. Guys, with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Please, folks, again, hit them comments. Hit the like button if you haven't, which I'm sure most of you have. In fact, I have 32 likes in there, so it looks like I may have had everybody liking me today. That's a good thing. So thank you for that. I do love you guys. to death, each and every one of you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for what you do for my channel, for my family, and for me, folks. I really do. I love you guys. Again, I hope you have an amazing day. Stay safe out there, folks. Don't forget, guys, to love yourselves and love each other. Don't change a thing about yourselves, because you are the beautiful people. I got you, Red. Okay. And again, guys, I am looking forward to tomorrow. Thank you, Breezy. I appreciate you. And looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to have a great time. And then tomorrow night, we're going to have a ball, guys. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited about it. Have a great day, folks, and I will see you soon. And again, by the way, I got to thank Miss Molly for this little thing here that she set up for me. I think it's pretty cool.